Hello, good evening, Stephen Castillo. Good evening, sir. First, assuming his rightful place in first in the chat. Hello, Neon Dragon. Hello, Roly Reaper. Good evening. This was a true surprise stream because I was wiped out today. I didn't think I was gonna stream tonight, and I know I said I was gonna stream XCOM. Steven, I'm talking to you at this point because I really was planning to stream XCOM if I did a stream tonight, but I was just wiped out and didn't really have the energy for it. Why so late is I actually fell asleep. I took a little nap earlier, and then I was just vegging out. I was sitting on the couch just chilling, and I don't know if you guys remember Ethan Pfeiffer, I think that's how you say his last name, was designing he was designing truck paint jobs for me in this game. Like he was talking about it last stream, and he actually emailed me. I gave him some of my logo design stuff, and he put together this kick-ass paint job. And I went in my game and I installed it, and then I was like, you know what? I feel like playing this a little bit right now. So it's just random. It's just a totally random stream. Like, I am feeling extremely kind of tired and mellow today, so I don't know. I don't think it's going to be 4 hours or anything, but I thought as long as I'm screwing around playing Truck Sim, and especially because I got this epic paint job from Ethan, that I would stream it live and show it off a little bit and do a little bit of driving and hang out with you guys. Boca Fan 50,000, little Jimmy Caw is here also. Knockout 4251, welcome. There's Ethan. Am I saying your name right? I said Pfeiffer. Is it Pfeiffer? I said Ethan Pfeiffer. Howdy. We have Ethan to blame for this stream tonight because it was me getting my ass off the couch to install his paint job, which inspired me to launch an American Truck Simulator stream, which was in no way planned for this evening. Hello, Alali Kakaw, Ava of 9, Kakaw, Neon Dragons 139. Yeah, it is late. It is late. Matus, Caw. Chris plays games because he was busy watching me earlier. It's true. Chris plays games. I was pretty much watching you, and then when I reboot my computer before I do my stream, I was set to set up my stream. When I came back on, you were already gone, so I missed when you closed your stream. But yeah, I was on the couch, I was napping, and then I was watching CPG's stream tonight, like ineffectively typing awkwardly on my iPhone, which I'm not good at doing, and watching it on the Roku on my TV. Hello, Luna Gaming. I'm doing well. I was saying it was 7. I've done a lot of work this week, and I was just wiped out tonight, so I was thinking I wasn't gonna stream tonight. Right around 8, I was like, I just can't. I was thinking XCOM 2 is what I said I was gonna play next if I did a surprise bonus stream, and then I was like, I can't handle that game right now, and I'm just tired. XCOM 2 is like, it gets stressful. But American Truck Simulators, well, I guess when I try and park, if I try and back the trailer up, that's stressful. But anyways, that's what's going on. Hola, Lapis Lucas. Good evening to you. You sound mellow as fuck, GL. Yeah, it's because I've already been taking a nap. We'll see how mellow I sound once I get my first moving violation. Ava, are you and Nate still on vacation today too? Because that was another thing I was wondering. If I streamed XCOM tonight, if you guys are going to be around, because for my next XCOM stream, what I'm thinking about doing, and I mentioned this before, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this now, because we haven't had a casualty in 6 episodes or so, like 20 hours of game. I think it's time to boost the difficulty up. So things are going to start happening. People are going to start, there are going to be more tributes. Things are going to start moving, so to speak. Chris plants greenhouses. All right. Pfeiffer. It's pronounced Pfeiffer. Okay, well, I've got to see if I can remember that. But, yay, stream! Steven, you just got GTA San Andreas today. Best game ever, in your opinion. You're talking about the one from, like, 2003, was it? That was pretty sweet. Unless you don't mean GTA 5, which also takes place in San Andreas. GTA San Andreas was really good. And it seemed like the biggest world too. I mean, it was Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. They were really ambitious with that one. Roly Reaper, are those tire treads you just made? Those look like tire treads. Senpai missed my comment. Never mind. Okay. Well, I'm going back up. You said hola. Maybe I addressed it. I'm always behind. I'm always behind in chat, Lapis Lucas. You should know that. That's why I always end up in my beginning intro section. I always end up talking for 15 minutes because it might be the only time in the whole, like this and my break times are the only times that I sort of keep up with chat all the way through. But I'm gonna get into game. I'm still in sort of like hangout mode, but I gotta show you guys this awesome paint job that Ethan did. If you butcher my last name, I'm not too worried about it. You get the first name right. Chandler Blissett has become a law hawk and shocked the hawk. Look what you did to the hawk face. Hello, Chandler, if you're there. I don't see you in chat, but that's okay. You can be a silent spectator if you so choose. Your contribution to my ranks of law hawks is much appreciated. Yep, still on holidays for the next few days. Drive home Monday morning. Your Sunday night, I guess. Okay, yeah, because when you mentioned that the other day, I was thinking that you guys were like right in the middle of doing all your stuff. So I was not necessarily expecting you to be spending too much time in a stream. Rolly, do you know who's the butt stallion? Is it Garriman with the famous butt stabbing? The famous butt-stabbing rogue of Skyrim? No, I don't know who's the butt stallion. There's Chandler. Hey there, welcome. Welcome to you, sir. Alright, I did say I was going to go into the game. I'm still going to be chatty, but let me get the game open. So you can see this paint job. How sweet is this? Let me get into the, Alright, so for those who are new, this is my trucker guy. I have this expression on my face whenever I drive. The company is Lawhawk Logistics. Lawhawk Logistics with over, at this point, probably about 20 hours experience moving shit from one place to another in a big-ass truck and not causing any kind of legal complications or damaging anything. For realsies. Cross my heart. Wheels of Truckin'. Butt Stallion is from Borderlands 2. I don't remember that. I mean, I never finished... Is it one of the insults? That Handsome Jack comes up with? Hello, food brother Fili Contreras. Good evening to you. Roly Reaper. I see horse heads. Yes. It's a pony made of diamonds. A living pony. I never finished Borderlands 2, which is sad because I was enjoying it. But it's, again, for those of you who've heard me talk about this before, I do get sort of game fatigue. And games that are super long and maybe sometimes a little grindy. We checked out and then got back to riding roller coaster. Oh, you checked in and got back to riding roller coasters. Yeah, that's what it sounded like, because yesterday, you both were like, we're riding roller coasters, and you just said, hi, I just came in to drop a like, see you later. And I was like, God bless him. God bless him. And good afternoon. You should see Butt Stallion. I'm trying to remember if I got to that part in the game. Alright. So this is the paint job, but I wanted to get... I'm right at a customization place, so we can get a closer highlight of it. Like places where you get paint jobs, because right before I started the stream, I got into this game and applied the paint job. Jack throws it right at the beginning. He talks about how he bought a pony made of diamonds. He was thinking about names for it, and he settles on Butt Stallion. Yeah, it's been a few years. And that dude was like one joke after another after another. I'd forgotten that, to be honest. All right, you can sort of see it here, but I'm gonna pull into the. That is so sweet. Lawyer Plays Live logo. Thanks again, Ethan. That is just awesome, man. All right. So, yeah, this is it. His original name was going to be Piss from Brains. You only see her in Tiny Tina DLC, but Jack talks about her. I believe I have all the DLC, but I haven't, and I think I did the Tiny Tina DLC, but I just don't recall. It's been so long. It's been, I don't know, 3 years? And that game was so packed to the brim with jokes. Like, good. That stuff I thought was hilarious. but I barely remember it now. I need to go back and play that. A couple times I tried to talk my wife into doing like a joint, either a Let's Play or a joint stream. Unfortunately, when I brought it up to her, it was after she did some stuff with me when I first started my channel, and I had 8 subscribers, and I would only get 2 views per video, and it was usually me watching the video. For some reason, after I had a few hundred subs, she became, whenever I bring up doing something on my channel, she kind of giggle and look very bashful. Like a 4-year-old who's asked us to wave to a stranger or something, and then she hasn't ruled it out, but it could still happen. But she had to de-bashfulize herself. 1:40 a.m. is random stream time. It is, Nick. This was when it came close to 8, when I would have done my normal surprise or bonus stream, I was just tired. I didn't think I was going to stream tonight, and I said I was going to stream XCOM 2, which I was definitely not in any kind of mental sharpness state to do that. But Ethan did this truck design for me, and after spending some time on the couch watching CPG, I decided I wouldn't mind driving around a little bit, and I wouldn't mind messing around figuring out how to apply this custom paint job that Ethan did for me. So once I got in the game and did that, I felt like playing, and then I thought I'm gonna stream it. So bonus 10. It's my time. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. It's probably not gonna be a 4-hour stream, but wow, it's raining in your game. I hardly ever get rain in your playthrough, huh? You know what? Now that you mention it, I don't think I've seen rain yet in this game. I've never used windshield wipers. You're welcome. I actually enjoyed making the truck skin. So yeah, I wish Mike was here, because this was Mike was the one who kept saying there should be a sign on my truck that says, "How's my driving? Please call 1-800-EAT-SHIT." So that was included on the truck. He got the Lawyer Plays Live logo. He got up here, due process, do wheelies. Brandon Kelling has become a law hawk. Wow, thank you, Brandon, for you shocked the hawk. It's amazing. I love you. You're wonderful. I'm being really awkward right now because I'm tired. I swear, it probably almost sounds like I'm drunk or that I've been like token up or something, but I'm just in a good mood and I'm mellow. It's totally natural. Don't worry, just go with it. Michael Burton is here. Good evening. Sean, what about Big Rigs Over the Road Racing? Oh, you mean that classic game that always makes like the worst game of all time list? Is that the one you're talking about, Sean? where the truck like just sticks to the ground no matter what and goes like through bridges and over the side of the world? It's late, but you'll hang out for a bit. All right, Nick. Well, I'm glad. I knew you have real life stuff going on. I might. Oh shit! What's my team? Okay. I might only go till like midnight or do a job or two, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get energized once I get into this, but I was really tired and mellow today. I just literally stumbled into this. There he is. There's Mike. That was Mike's contribution to how's my driving. Now it's 1-888, but that should be the same effect. How's my driving? Please call 1-888-SHIT. And that was something Mike said every time I performed an outrageously illegal and terrible U-turn in the middle of a busy road and blocked up traffic. The stream has started, Sean. What? The stream hasn't started yet, right? Yeah. No. Oh. Oh no. Yeah. Tell Sean to refresh, because the stream has been going for almost 15 minutes. So something's wrong on his end. GL is totally not drunk. That's right, Pokefan. I am not. It's sort of almost like I was just very relaxed. And a lot of times when I'm streaming, when I get up here, once I get going, I'm really amped up. I'm really energized. And I'm in a good mood. I have a good energy, but I'm not amped up. But who knows? That'll change probably as soon as I crash in. As soon as I make my first U-turn in this game. You're gonna call that number. You can see the truck. All right, cool. So I think it's just Sean that's having a problem. I see you stuck. Let me see. You saw I stuck that on. Yeah. How's my driving? There's the Law Hawk Logistics, Los Angeles, California. All sorts of official little numbers thing to make it look real. It's okay, you reloaded. Okay, Sean, great. And then on the front, there's the wings, the Law Hawk Wings of Justice with the logo and a call. Anyways, I'm so tickled about this. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna pick up a. I think we left off in Barstow last time I played. I did play. This is one of those games that I'll pick it up and I'll do a drive job in the middle of my work day. Like I'll do a 20-minute pick up a job between like real projects I'm doing. So I'm not gonna be doing. I'm not gonna be doing all. It's not like a let's play type of thing where everything I do I'm gonna do on stream. But sometimes when I feel like playing it and I feel like streaming, it's probably a game I'm just gonna come back to sometimes. Like tonight. Michael, you're moving tomorrow, but you wanted to come in and support you. Well, I appreciate that. Good luck with the move, man. I'll be honest. I don't like moving. You know what? Actual moving, like being in a new place, that's actually kind of exciting. But the process of taking all your shit from one place to another is a little stressful. But I will say, if you call a moving company and a truck pulls up and you see me driving the truck, I will totally understand if you just tell me to get the hell out of there, because especially if you see how I drive a truck. I won't. If you have any, valuables or anything, I swear I'll do my best. But you'll see. We'll see. You finally had time to stream today, but the fan in your refrigerator crapped out, so you had to run around looking for a replacement. So wait, does that mean you didn't stream, or you did stream, and then you had to look for a fan, or you were going to stream, but instead you looked for a fan? I've been missing the Mike streams. Here's the thing that sucks is Mike was streaming for a while, and for some reason I wasn't able to see him. Like, I don't know how I don't know what the hell happened, but it was like I wasn't subbed to him on YouTube Gaming or something. I never saw him streaming. And finally when I fixed it so that I could, he only streamed like twice, and then all of a sudden circumstances conspired to keep him from streaming for like weeks and weeks now. I seem nice right now only because I can't suggest anything destructive yet. Alright, well, I don't know, you seem nice to me, Sean. Even you haven't done anything destructive yet. Not at all. So it's gonna say guilty until proven innocent. No, I'm a lawyer and I believe in innocent until proven guilty. Ha! Sometimes we hold people in jail while we're proving that they're not guilty, but still. You're gonna be off movie time with Nate. All right, Ava. Well, I'm sure Nate is aware of. Maybe he's watching on whatever you're watching on. But tell Nate that G-Law says hi, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your vacation and enjoy yourselves. You were going to stream, but then the fridge thing happened. All right, that sucks. Where's the flames? Who needs flames when you got Lawhawk wings, man? Does eating fried chicken while watching me make you a hypocrite? Nope, not at all. You crunch down on that stuff. Fried chicken's the balls. Dark Jake 13. Talons of Nightly Justice. Thanks, man. This is the stream that almost wasn't meant to be. In fact, I'm having a worse time focusing than usual. Because, as I mentioned, I started late because I was napping earlier and relaxing. And I didn't really have the energy to stream, but it just kind of evolved because look at this, Dark Jake. Ethan, was it Pfeiffer? I'm screwing up. It's Pfeiffer, right? Ethan made a customized Lawhawk paint job. Lawyer Plays Live, we got the Lawhawk logo and everything, and I installed it, and I was inspired to jump on stream and show it off. Game and Lawyer, I'm going to be in LA for a fair amount of time, free on the June 6th and 7th. I don't know, this might be something that has interest for you. Yeah, email me to set it up, because I've been thinking too about like people being around for VidCon. Is that what VidCon is? Anyways, I wouldn't mind meeting up with some people, but I don't think I'm doing the whole full-blown VidCon thing. And the whole, I don't know, for some reason the idea of going to the house where like every famous streamer that I've ever seen is going to be there is like, it's overwhelming. It's not to say I wouldn't do it, but it's like, oh, I get butterflies in my stomach thinking about it. But I definitely wouldn't mind hooking up with a familiar face or two. And who knows, maybe I'll find I'm not going to stay there, but if I know where you guys are, I might find my way down there. But you guys know I got rid of my car, so getting around, like, we got everything around where I live is really easy for me to get to, but even Anaheim can get a little bit tricky. Like, it's easy for me to get down to Anaheim, but it's a little harder for me, like, once I get off the train. Anyways, missed you last year at VidCon. Yeah, I was watching all those videos. Last year at VidCon, I was pretty much in a hiatus. I wasn't streaming. I can't even remember. I might not even been putting out Let's Plays at that point. I had kind of a burnout. I worked real hard and I was streaming a ton, and I had kind of a burnout thing happen last year. And that's right around when VidCon hit. But I was watching all those videos, like Chris did put some up, and Game Dojo and a few other people put up videos, and it looked like a lot of fun. It did look like a lot of fun. Like, that's why I mentioned Matus. I thought Game Dojo's video where you picked them up at the airport. Oh, VidCon is later in Anaheim. Okay, so you're doing something else. You can come to your house instead. It only has non-famous streamers. CPG is a famous streamer. You talking? Wait, do you have a house out here? That you got it, Michael. Thanks for streaming. You got it, man. Nothing. I missed a little thing up there. Peterbilt all the way. The Cascadia can't go over a speed bump without dropping to 30 miles to go over it. I think there's a man there who probably understands trucks a lot better than I do. William McPherson, there's nothing better than a truck driving lawyer. That's right, unless he's carrying your shit, in which case you just don't look. Snarly Charlie, caw. Sean, it's always okay to take a break if you're feeling burned out. Yeah, and that's why when I came back, I committed to my one day a week stream, and then beyond that, it's sort of, and that's all I did for months and months, and I was still doing Let's Plays, and then I stopped doing Let's Plays and decided to put that extra hour into random bonus streams when I can. But I'm really trying to make it so that I do make that consistent one day a week, and then, I don't know, Fridays has sort of become like a secondary thing, but I like to keep them open in case, like if me and my wife want to do something, I always like to keep it open until that night, and if we end up not, then I think about whether I want to stream or not. You're gonna stand on the lawn. All right, all right, Mike. Enjoy that. Sounds relaxing, man. VidCon is the 21st to the 24th. All right. We actually we may actually have other plans that weekend. I know we got some sort of plans in the latter part of June. It's 21st to 24th of June. You're saying, right? 3 different Airbnbs. All right. I trust you with my shit if you're driving, because your truck never seems to take damage no matter what you crash into. That's true, but I have on occasion done some damage to the cargo. I guess you can have your truck and your trailer can be intact, but if you rattle that trailer around too much, sometimes it breaks some of the crap inside. Due process, do wheelies. That's right up here. Due process, do wheelies. You tried to make a 4th, but you never got enough critical mass. Oh, organizing logistics for VidCon. All right. But yeah, CPG, totally. If you're gonna be around here, I'd totally meet up with you, man. Let me see. All right. No, I was gonna pick a job. My lord, I've been streaming for 25 minutes and I haven't even. I pulled the truck 5 feet forward to look at the paint job, and that's it. Wednesday to Saturday. Wednesday is arrival day. The actual convention starts Thursday. Sunday people will be around, but it's mostly an escape or Disneyland. Oh, all right, cool. Old geezer gamer. Truck driving lawyer. Ambulance chasing on steroids. Yeah, that's how you do it. Is you're actually involved in the accident, and then you help represent the injured party. I don't know. That doesn't work at all, but probably would violate all sorts of conflict of interest, professional ethics rules too. Maybe someone else got one together. So that's your house, my house, the Biolithic house. This truck has a sleeper in it. Yeah, I upgraded. During my non-online stream during the week. Mrs. and Mr. Vicky had to bail. The Icky Vicky. They have a conference for work. Oh, a conference for work. All right. In Los Angeles? Because basically, if you are in and around, like, the city of Los Angeles, that's my wheelhouse, man. I live, like, 2 blocks from one of the subway things, so anything, which is, like, goes to, like, to the valley and around downtown area, and, yeah. I'm pretty much plugged into the heart of Los Angeles Metro. Icky with a V is not doing VidCon anymore, or just you had to change plans? You're in downtown LA at the Westin. Alright, yeah. Sleepers are not comfortable. I still like the idea of little weird places that I can sort of live in. That's what I'm always saying. It's weird little places that maybe you couldn't live in forever, but it's like you can sort of like hobbit holes or tree houses or, you know, whatever. I could live inside a truck and be like, look, I'm in a truck. I have a little place where I can sleep. Look at me. Just like the ones, those heroes who make their own problems. Yeah. Alright. Well, I'm gonna play some game. We're in Barstow. The Barstow is toward the beginning of the alphabet. Barstow to where? We gotta get with something with the fat money. How about... Oh, there's the one to, Nogales, Arizona. Where's Nogales? That's looking kind of lucrative. What else do we got? Barstow to Sacramento. No, that actually doesn't pay a whole lot. There's a lot of options from Barstow. Alright. I think I like the one from Barstow to, is it 48? Yeah, that's like it's the most per mile, and it's one of the longest routes to Nogales. Let's set that GPS, and then we'll be on our way. Barstow sucks. Yeah, I think I remember you before not being a big fan of the Barstow. Crap, I've never had to use the windshield wipers before. What's the windshield wiper button? That'd be me if I was a truck driver. I'd be like weeks into my career, and I'd be like, oh, it's raining, and so let me consult the truck manual to see how to turn the windshield wipers on. I know someone in the chat probably already knows, but with the delay by the time I find it in here, P. There we go. Alright. There we go. Can I turn it up? Yeah. Sweet. Let me turn on some lights, too. Yeah. How did this guy get a license? Don't you worry. Don't ask too many questions. I'm a lawyer. I got ways. I got ways. Alright. And I kind of want an idea of where I'm picking up. Oh, that's right. We're going to Coastline Mining. Just make a right and go to the end of the road. Whichever gives you more cargo to make you heavier so you can push through more traffic. Something that gives me a little more mass and momentum so I can just plow through other vehicles on the road. Wiper action. That's right, Dark Jake. Hold tight. Keep your pants on. Or don't. I don't know how excited you are. But things are about to get cray-cray up in here. Whoa, looking both ways. And I'm pleased with how well the mouse controls work in this game. That was one reason I was hesitating about this, is because I was like, if I ever really got serious into playing a game like this, I would want to get a wheel, because I tried it on the Xbox controller with Euro Truck Simulator, and it just wasn't doing it for me. I still kind of enjoyed it, but I feel like the way that mouse steering works in here is actually pretty effective. The map is 3 states now, but they plan to do the whole... Yeah, I hope they do the whole country. At the rate that they've been releasing states, it might be about 2030 before they get there. Because it's been like one state every 6 months or something, and they got about 47 more to do, so what are we looking at, 25 years? I'll be ready to retire. New Mexico is supposed to drop in this summer. Excited for more map. This is relaxed. That's right, Meg, it is. Just look at the thing, and hello, Meg, by the way. Guess where I am in this game? Southern California. Where it's 15% better. Because Meg is here. Good evening, Meg. Always a pleasure. Oh wait, wrong one. So can you go through a whole state? Yeah, right now, well, I'll show you the map. You can see, it only takes a second to show you the map. The whole map right now is this. So it is California, Arizona, and Nevada. And if you try to go past that, it's just, there's video gaming bumpers that prevent you from going any further. So that's where we're at right now. Go to Fresno and drive by Dark Jake's house. Shh. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything, Dark Jake. I gotta help keep a low profile, because Dark Jake knows things. He knows things and secrets about me. That, so I have to be nice to Dark Jake and always defend him. Yeah, I remember it from a book used to have scary stories to tell in the dark. Maybe they'll let you drive on the moon or something. Well, I don't know if I don't know if they could pull that off. Is the moon is not in geosynchronous orbit either. If it were, we could conceivably build a space elevator to the moon, but barring that, I think we'd have to launch the truck up there and then I'd drive on the moon. You can search YouTube for driving simulator setups for this game. One dude used like 355-inch televisions and a real shifter from a big rig with a wheel and all the pedals too. Yeah, I've actually watched videos of people that have made things like that. It's pretty amazing, some of the things people do. I'm just sitting at the same desk that I work at. I work from home and I review legal cases all day long. And so it wouldn't be well, let's just say if I tried to build an imaginary like truck cockpit here, it might end up not working out for the rest of what I do here. Go. Oh no. Okay. Somebody got banned. Mike EL the Gamer. Go to Apple Valley and ask Mike EL the Gamer, why is it called Apple Valley if there are no fucking apples? What would he say? Wait, I guess I have to drive there and find out, huh? Is everything mapped out like it has in real life? Roughly. Like, I'm from LA, and when you actually go to LA, let me see. Hold on, stop it. I'm having, scroll issues. Oh, that's not the real map. Anyways, when you get there, you see that it's not laid out realistically. But there are, like, wider strokes sort of are in some ways, but they fudge it a little bit in certain places. But it's enough where, like, when I was coming back from Arizona, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to take the 10 to the 15, and then kind of, like, there were certain things I thought, yeah, I know those routes. Love living in LA, now much better down here. And I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that, Meg. I didn't know where you were, I just knew Southern California. So, that's cool. That you're somewhere, now I feel very, very special that somewhere near me is the Meg. The highways are in the general locations for Arizona, but to actually map it would be ridiculous. Yeah, it's approximate, but it's definitely not geographically accurate, especially once you zoom in. Yeah, you could visit. That's visit GL now. So yeah, I almost want to jump out and be like, yeah, let's meet for coffee or something. And then I'm like, it'd be awkward explaining that to my wife. Oh, there's this girl from the streams. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Don't worry about it. It's cool. You know, Meg, she makes everything 15% better. But, anyway, yeah, Chris plays game. Maybe when are you, Meg? Are you gonna hang out with people like at VidCon or anything else? Now that you're down here, let me see. Go back to the truck driving. Yeah, I am back. Day Dark Litton, welcome back. They should try to do that eventually. It'd take a long ass time, but that'd be cool. Good minigame would be like DeLorean pushes you through time or something. Yeah, you go back to like the 1800s, dirt roads and horses. Meg is a pony. Good minigame would be. Anyone think he can handle the Grapevine? I drove the Grapevine in a U-Haul before, but it's not quite as exciting as driving in this thing. I don't know. I can't remember if I've been in the Grapevine in this game. I'm pretty sure that I have. VidCon for sure. All right, cool. I'm still determining if and what extent I'm going to attempt to meet up with people in there. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually have plans around then. But we'll see. As I was saying earlier, it also makes me nervous, Meg. For some reason, it makes me nervous to think about, like, all the big, like, streamers that I know are all going to be in the same place. And I'm not always the best when it comes to throwing me into a crowd. I'm good in, like, smaller settings of people. like 3 or 4 people hanging out in a room. But when you throw me in a room with like 10 or 15 people, I end up getting kind of like shy, especially if I don't necessarily know them that well. Always willing to meet up with anyone. Oh, wow. You're very outgoing. You gotta watch out for those crossing guards to get in the way. All right. Let's see, they're pixies. Pixies. I already planned out your conversation with my wife. Julie, I'm going to Anaheim. What? I'm going to train with King Kai. Bye. If you have weekend plans, Uber down to the bestest streamer house on Thursday. There would be a meetup. That'd be great. Ideally, because Uber from where I am at might end up being a little pricey. Ideally, if I had the weekend off, which I'm not sure that I do, the Metrolink has $10 unlimited pass, where I can take a subway to Union Station, which takes about 10 minutes, and catch a train down and back for $10 to Anaheim. But at the point where I got to Anaheim, then I would call an Uber. Being female, it's hard to get together with me with the wife and GF. Yeah, especially it's like it doesn't seem at all weird to me, but it's a little strange explaining, like, because my wife has no. I tell her stuff that happens in here, and she knows. I tell her stories about my stream, and she knows a lot of people that come in my streams just based on the fact that I've told them stories, but they're not real people to her because she doesn't she doesn't like hang out in these circles. So you're not outgoing, you're quite introverted, but you're ready to meet anybody. People being shy is a common thread among a lot of streamers. Paradox. Yeah, no, Matsu's totally. A lot of people, YouTubers in general, that are extremely successful YouTubers that have a lot of social anxiety when it comes to, like, just being, even some of them, like, totally agoraphobic. Like, leaving the house can be hard. I'm not that bad, but Stout will get drunk and make you fondle his beard. You can't miss that. Need to figure out the location of the streamer house. I don't think it would be that hard. You probably just ask Chris Plays Games. He'd probably tell you. Although I don't know, because they had to make arrangements where people had to pay. Maybe it's a secret location until you fork out money. I don't know. GL, would be great to join us at VidCon for just one day. You guys are my extended family. Yeah, there's like Dark Jake. There's definitely people who I wouldn't be like intimidated. Like Dark Jake, I feel like if I hung out with Dark Jake, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, like wow, what am I like? There's most of the people like who hang out in my streams all the time. I wouldn't be worried about, but there's some people that I look at as full-on celebrities that would, if they were all together in one room, I'd be like, oh shit, a little intimidated, you know. You're always down, but getting through your anxiety first. All right, Meg. Okay, so I know where you're coming from. I understand where you're at. It can always be voices in your head. That's right. It's maybe all be just some advanced AI that's got, like, this could just be my entire streaming career could just be some sort of a damn virus in my computer that I've been talking to for a year and a half. Like, whoa, I love that these people in the stream, and it's like there's some Russian hack virus. All right, I'm gonna play the game. My goodness, 40. Yeah, that's right, 40 minutes of stream time, and I haven't left the parking lot. Crap, that's because I got the hoppin' stream tonight. Alright, and really all I ever came on here to do was to show off my paint job. But wait a minute. Wait. Did I take the job? Hold on. Did I take it? This is just like me. I'm like, alright, we're gonna go do this. It's like Leroy Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins of the trucking world. There we go. Gotta take the job before I drive into their place. Did I already get it? Barstow. There we go. To Nogales, Arizona. CPG divided up people into groups, and each group picked their own house. You only have a vague idea where your house is and then all what the other. Oh, okay. So, well, was it last year? Was it multiple houses, or was it one big streamer house last year? All I know is it looked like fun. Like there was a way I wish I could be there, but it definitely, if I pictured myself being in a room that was just jam-packed with all these. Well, I guess, you know what, it's probably just like that when you've seen people on YouTube and even if they don't consider themselves totally famous, like, you see them on YouTube for a year or something, and you think of them as damn celebrities. Oh, there we go. No, I'm not, Mike. I'm not into multiplayer. I may eventually do multiplayer, but I've been opting not. Hold on. What am I doing? We get cheater cam. I've opted not to inflict myself on the rest of the world just yet. Shit! I screwed up already. GL, if you need a ride once you're in Anaheim, let me know. You're a 40-minute ride from the convention center. If that's not too forward or awkward. Oh, dang. Yeah, if you're someone that might be going down. Well, you're in Los Angeles. Like, I'm literally. I won't say exactly where I am, but I mentioned that I'm a few blocks away from a subway. And if you know LA's subway system, it is not very extensive. So basically means like downtown, Hollywood, and Studio City. That's where the subway goes. So pick your poison. But all of that's within a 5-minute drive of downtown, pretty much. So, all right, picking this up. You need locations. So yeah, now I need to put some thought into this now. Because first off, I didn't know you were so close. I think I can turn these wipers off. Turn them all the way off. Okay, the rain stopped. Fun fact, streamers aren't that special. We're all just a bunch of assholes playing video games, talking to a microphone. Some of us do it on camera. I might eventually do it on camera. But I kind of also like the radio. Shit! I like the radio personality thing I got going on. I done screwed up. I can't even get out of the damn parking lot with having some sort of terrible misfortune befall me. Alright, this is the point where we just gun it. Just gun it around that light pole. There we go. You don't live in LA itself, but South LA County. Okay. So you're considerably closer than I am as well. No, if it's a weekday, I probably would be more inclined to ask for a ride from where I am. If you had been here, but yeah, if it was just getting down to Anaheim, it's not actually that hard for me on public transportation. It's just a matter of like once I get down there, figuring out what the hell to do with myself. You live south of the 405, if that helps. Okay. So, I know that whole Long Beach and what is it? There's all probably down towards that area. Chuleta Alfaro has become a law hawk. Welcome. Mike, that's Narcos. Where's Narcos, Mike? I've been told that I have a radio voice. You don't hear it though. Narcos definitely has a radio voice. Mike, you have, yeah, I mean, you have a radio voice in the sense that you just have a very, we've talked about this before. You have a very kind of, almost professional DJ way of speaking. Like just I don't know, you just have a very polished way of speaking that I don't think most streamers have. Maybe it's from your time in the military, but it doesn't sound like formal, like military formal. It just sounds like someone that has had experience speaking. Flipping off has become a law hawk. Caw, an F you, buddy. Just kidding. I love you. Chuleta Alfaro has become a law hawk. Narcos voice makes you moist. Yeah, no, I hear you. Heck, I don't mind driving up driving up to you and taking his boat down. You can skip the metro nut. Whatever you want to do is cool. So, yeah, I need to figure out. I hadn't thought too closely about it because I didn't even realize it wasn't even on my radar in my head that it was something that was that close to being here. But we're talking about just a few weeks away. If I want to plan anything, I need to figure out what the hell my plans are, and when I'm free, because I'm almost, well, it might be that weekend or the following weekend, but I know at some point around then we're having a weekend we do every 2 or 3 months where we go down to San Diego and spend a weekend with one of my friends from high school, and we play tabletop games. And June is his birthday, and so he's organized kind of a bigger, like, group. I don't know. He'll have several couples there, and so but I can't remember exactly when we're doing that. Hola, hola, Chuleta Alfaro. ¿Cómo está usted? I speak very little. Oh, yo hablo un poco español, pero no mucho. And I'm probably saying that wrong, too. But that, Meg, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. And depending on what my availability is and when I can go, there's a substantial possibility I would take you up on your offer, whether it's from a train station in Anaheim or all the way up here. But if it's a weekday where it's only $10, or a weekend where it's only $10 to take the train down, it is honestly easier for me to take transit than it would be for you to drive. It would be easier if I had a car. It would be easier for me to get to Anaheim in the train. Did you use your turn signals? I don't need no stinking turn signals, Mike. Oh, you're jealous? You missed your tabletop RPG group? We don't do... Now, my friend, he was in my D&D group in high school. But we don't do D&D anymore. Oh, I'm speeding. But they have a ton of board games. Like all those really cool indie board games that have been coming out over the last, 15 years or so. And they've gotten us into it. So we spend, a weekend just basically eating junk food and playing games. It's awesome. You'd say, help, Overlord McGee? No está bien. No está bien tu español, gaming lawyer. Es mucho terrible. I don't know what the... it's not... You're not saying, no está bien, you're saying, no está bien, gaming lawyer. Well, I can say a few things good in Spanish, right? Just keep you posted. All right, Meg. No, I appreciate that. GL, have you ever played... Oh, hey, Ninja Gaidon, by the way. Hi, how you doing, buddy? You ever played Cyberpunk 2020? Is that a tabletop RPG? The only... I may dabble with it. The only things that I really played RPG-wise were Dungeons & Dragons, and then when I was in high school and junior high, I had, the Marvel Superheroes role-playing game. I got the Robotech role-playing game. I got even a Ghostbusters role-playing game. And those are the only ones that I specifically remember playing. I think I had a few more that I never actually played. Like Palladium Superheroes and some other ones, but... Es muy mal, Nick. I know what that means. You said it's good. Say, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Me gusta la pluma y los libros. And me gusta pan tostado para mi desayuno. What the hell? Oh, I've got... So, I gotta go to the way station. So see, I can say a few things in Spanish. I might even been grammatically correct there. But I can't say for sure. I always get por and para mixed up. Game Lawyer, I'm bringing some of my board games. You have to come. Wow, Dark Jake's laying it down pretty thick. So, if I feel like there's a lot of people really want me to show up, I might make a stronger effort to get down there, whether I got plans or not. If people are going to be around on Thursday or Friday or Sunday, well, actually, if I'm doing our weekend thing, I'll be completely unavailable on Saturday and Sunday. All right. Wait, did I do the thing with the thing? Okay, I almost stopped and just didn't weigh myself. You'll be roaming the convention center as well if you can find parking. So wait, you're not actually doing the official VidCon thing, but you're just going to be with everybody else. Yeah, that's sort of what I would do. And if I had been committed from early on to do the full VidCon thing, I might have paid for VidCon too. I don't know what your eligibility has to be, but yeah, now that I think about it, can anyone with $200 or whatever go, or do you have to be you need over a certain amount of subscribers? I don't even know what the requirements are to get in there. But yeah, for me, it would just be hanging around that area and and meeting and hanging out with some of the people that I like. A lot of you guys, I really honestly feel like I know. Like, I know you guys. You guys are my friends. I was talking with my wife about that earlier, too, where it's like, when we were talking, I was telling her about sort of my attitude about my bonus streams and, you know, how where I'm, you know, always saying that I like to keep time open for my wife and that she, you know, like my job and other things in my life kind of come before my stream. But my streaming and my YouTube life has become important to me. It's not just something I do to waste time. It's like I actually have come to like care about people in this community and to feel like I've formed real friendships with you guys. Oh, I'm going fast again. Slow down. Oh, the Yumi's here. At the Yumi J's raid with Zeo Kim, Yumi. Okay, hold on. Ollie the Racer has become a Lawhawk. Call. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this the right way by giving Yumi the Welcome Raider screen. Welcome Raiders, Yumi J Mesme bringing the Yumi J's raid. Thank you so much for choosing the Gaming Lawyer for your raid target. I know there are plenty of streamers on YouTube Gaming now, and choosing Gaming Lawyer is, you won't regret it. I don't know, I don't have a lot of energy, so I'm having a hard time making this as epic as it should be, but thank you so much, Yumi. She snuck in. And good evening to you. Hello. Hi. How are you? Yeah, Allie, totally. Yeah, definitely. Allie and, well, I don't want to like list people off because I'm afraid I'll screw up. Be like, well, this person's my friend. Dark Jake, Nick. Nick is my friend, but not Cow Dizzle. Not Cow Dizzle. I'm nice to him, but it's like, no, you guys, it's like, I swear, it's weird to feel this kind of friendship with people that you've never met in person, but it's real. So, and it's cool. I look forward to hanging out with you guys. I like you so much, we have to return the favor. Unless there are streamers with more than 200 people. There are streamers with, so Yumi was like, Gaming Lawyer's the only person who's small time enough that's that's worth raiding. Now that's cool. Like, I know, like if I have only a few people, I'll raid someone who's, you know, the criteria becomes, will they even notice, you know? Allie's first on the list. Shh, Allie, I'm not trying to play favorites here, but wink. Welcome, Raiders. You miss, okay. You're Snarly, you're not Cow Dizzle's friend. Cow Dizzle's friend either. Yeah. Now I noticed Cow Dizzle was like, fuck you, Gaming Lawyer, and he left the stream. He's like, I thought he was my friend. No, Cow Dizzle. Cow Dizzle. You're one of my favorites, man. Only like 2 to 3 raid. No, totally. With the rating, it's like, it's totally the thought that counts. Now I would feel weird that it's like the gesture. It's a gesture of support. It doesn't matter how many people you bring. Now I know I'd feel weird if I had like 4 or 5 people and I raided, like I saw a Game Dojo or a Kane Gaming that had like 300 people and I was like, raid, like Game Lawyer, Lawhawk raid. Then I'd feel weird because first off, I don't even know if they'd notice, you know? And second, like, would they actually be happy that they had to make a fuss over a raid that was represented less than 1% of their current viewing audience? I don't know. Like, they're like, damn it, I gotta take a moment of my time to, like, stop everything I was doing and thank damn Gaming Lawyer for raiding me with his 5 raiders. You were playing, wait for it, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. What a shock. So, well, I forget, have you been playing that, or is that a new one for you, Yumi? I don't think you had that before, did you? Anyway, that game looks awesome as hell. I'm a friend to all YouTubers except for Roasted Goat. To hell with that squeaky little shit. Mike, that's not very nice. He's your son, for God's sake. Old Geezer Gamer. I have 2 friends I met through gaming over 17 years, and we're still friends today. Can chat almost daily over phone or Skype, and we have never met physically, just video chat. Yeah, you can definitely form, especially like people that meet in MMOs and they end up doing a lot of things together. You can form bonds that way even more than this way. Because here, it's for me, most of my time is either me streaming and answering people in a chat, or me in someone else's stream typing in their chat. And that's pretty much how the relationships that I have with the YouTube gaming community work. A couple times I popped into Discords, but, you know. Alright, we're gonna go. Yumi, thank you so much for the raid. Gonna get back into my epic game. Which, look at this. Do you see this, Yumi? Did you notice this? And Raiders? Ethan Pfeiffer. Am I saying that right now? I think I am. Ethan Pfeiffer, who's either in or has been in the stream tonight. He designed this paint job, this custom paint job for my truck. It's got the Lawyer Plays Live logo. There's the Lawhawk emblem on top with the big cop, but we don't have an angle on that right now. Due process, do wheelies. And the Mike's contribution. How's my driving? Please call 1-800-EAT-SHIT. Oh, pre-owned for the Wii U. It was surprise. It's awesome. Twice called out with the name pronounced right. Sweet Ethan Pfeiffer. Yes, I think I'm gonna remember this now. There it is, the Lawhawk logo on the top. That was, I am unspeakably like, just like, it's totally awesome, man. Anyways, when I saw he was emailing me like concept art, like did you like this one or that one? And he's like, he'd make a tweak and send another image, and I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to, I saw that, I was like, I can't wait to slap that on my truck and stream it and like show everybody. It's like, I just got this new toy. Oh, I gotta slow down again, son of a bitch. Like Pfeiffer, yeah. Wait, Pfeiffer. That's what I said at first. I was like, is it Pfeiffer or Pfeiffer or Pfeffer? And he did it phonetically. Showed me it was Pfeiffer. I thought you meant the one who asked me why I wouldn't play it on Switch. Oh no, I don't know. You like games that have customizable stuff? Yeah, this customized job, you know, it basically was a mod that added a paint job. Because most of the paint jobs are like red, blue, green. I guess there's probably some other ones that you can unlock in the base game. But hashtag Switchless. Yeah, there's I feel a little left out of the console thing sometimes. There's games on every console that I feel like, oh, I wish I could play that. Nintendo's got something special though, because I grew up with Nintendo. Like I owned the NES. It wasn't my first gaming console, but it's definitely, I got the NES when I was about 12 or 13, and it was like, that's still my childhood, you know. And those games are only ever on NES, the Marios and the Metroids and that sort of thing. You don't particularly want a Switch right now. Well, the thing is, I don't want a Switch enough to buy one. But the last Nintendo thing I got was a Wii, and I got it because someone gave it to me. My dad bought it for me as a graduation gift when I got out of law school. It was just because he knew I was into games. And so I played that quite a bit until at a certain point it stopped working, and then I just didn't. I had so many games on PC, I'm like, well, I guess I could figure out how to fix this or have it repaired or replace it, but I'll just play what's on my PC. Whoop, gotta making a change. Going down. Pause live gaming. That's right, we gotta see if we can find us a nice truck stop blowjob. If we need to get the truck Hummer mod added to this game for sure. Let me see. You take a free one? Yeah, I think most people would take a free one, Zia Kim. When more games come out for the Switch and you're ahead of bills, you'll get one. Until then, Switchless. Yeah, I always say this, and this is in general. The fact that I've invested so much money over the years building a game library on PC, most of which is like if I bought a game in 2005, I can still run it on my PC, you know? So it's sort of a snowball of games, and there are a lot of older games that I would still play. Like I was just streaming Morrowind a few weeks ago. That came out in 2002. So it makes it really hard for me when I think about, how am I going to drop a few $100 and get a new gaming platform that I don't own any games for, and you know, each game that I would buy, I would end up that I would want to play on it, I'd have to drop like 50 or 60 bucks, and then I start thinking, man, I should probably just stick with the 400 games that I have already. Pokemon for life. Used to have this thing that you plugged into the back of your PS1, you could play bootlegs on it. Oh man, alright. Don't look at, whoa, shit, don't look at your ID. Ultima 1 through 8 collection on CD, those games date back to 1981, you can still play them for PC. Well, one thing that I like too is, like if I wanted to play Ultima, you can get, some of the stuff you get for free on Good Old Games, or you can get them dirt cheap. And I actually got, Ultima 4 was the first Ultima game. It was actually the first computer role-playing game that I ever played. Ultima 4. Was it Quest of the Avatar? And I was just blown away by that. But I think about 5 years ago, I got it free. They're like GOG, Good Old Games, was giving it away for free. And I downloaded it, installed it, and I was like, this is just way too dated for me. I don't think, like the game mechanics it was just like, wow. And I remember I spent like a whole summer playing that game. It's like, it's like really grindy compared to games today, which back then was cool, you know? It's like, I don't have time to play a game where it's like, oh, I was gonna have like 2,000 battles that are very similar to one another, and eventually finish this game where I move these little stick people around. But I'm also sad that they gave up on like the Ultima series. I keep looking at Shroud of the Avatar, which is what he's been working on, and I might look at Shroud of the Avatar at some point, but I did, yeah, I miss those games though. I do miss those games. You bought the collection years ago. It was $5 in a bargain bin. Oh, all right. There's no way you could pass it up. Some PC elitists are just morons. They won't pay $300 for a new console, but they'll pay $700 for a graphics card to get a few more pixels. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't do that either. And I guess what it comes down to in a situation like that is you have people where money's really kind of no object when it comes to their PC, but in which case I don't know why that wouldn't apply to their to getting a console too. If I had that much money to burn, I would get, well, I would spread it around, not just get, maybe not just get a video card either, but I don't understand that, because video cards, in my experience, the life of video card is about 2 to 3 years before it starts doing something a little screwy. Maybe 3 to 4 years. They wear out, because if you play games, you put those things through their paces, and they don't last forever. So I'm always like, until recently when I bought this video, like for this computer, I used to never spend more than $100 for a graphics card. Now it seems like they're getting a little bit pricier to stay in that sort of solid mid-range portion, but like I've spent about a little under $200 for the card I have now, because my old car was dying. It's 15 miles per hour, for reals? Alright. Can get stuck on the railroad tracks. Oh, Ethan is leaving. I didn't catch that. Alright, Ethan, you need to call it a night. I'm sorry if I caught you, if I missed you, Ethan, then I apologize to the memory of you that is still here. Why is it 15 miles per hour? Son of a bitch. Thanks again for the paint job, man. That was awesome. That's what caused me to stream tonight. The original XCOM on Steam. Yeah, I played the 1994 version. I'm pretty sure I got it on Steam as well. I think I played that leading up to the release of XCOM Enemy Unknown. Or around the same time, just to try something different. I can't remember what the sequence was, but I probably put in about 20 or 30 hours into that. And there were features from that when XCOM Enemy Unknown came out that I was like, oh man, I wish I still had this, or they still had that. there's things that they took out, which were cool. Like you build your bases, and your bases could actually be invaded, and it mattered like how you put your bases together in terms of when it came to actually defending them on the ground from alien attacks. And they added something like that in the expansion, but it was more of a scripted type of battle. It wasn't literally the base you built defending it as it laid out the way you did it. But that's just one example. But there's Xenomorphs, which came out a little bit after Enemy Unknown. That's sort of a modernized version of the original. It's a little bit more true to the original. Why are we going 15 miles an hour? Hold on, let me get... Is it a glitch? I'm gonna cruise control 15 miles an hour. Maybe I can actually look at the stream now. Or at the it can actually pay... Oh, get up there. Does it not do cruise control? There we go. I guess it doesn't like cruise control at 15 miles an hour. Freedom Planet and got 7 more games for free. I actually did just buy a subscription to... and I kind of like the way these new services are working out. What was it on, not Good Old Games, but Humble Bundle. I didn't even know they had, and a few places are doing this now. Like there's Origin, that EA is doing for PC, where you subscribe and you get a certain amount of games, access to games or games. And Humble Bundle's got a pretty good deal. It's $12, and if you sign up, you get Stellaris, which is the people that did like Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis. It's their space sim, which I've been wanting for a while, but I didn't want to pay $40 for. It came free when you do the $12 a month, and then come June you get a random assortment of games. And I was looking back at the games that, and I don't think it's just for the month. I think they give it to you. Like it's over $100 worth of games. Like a couple months ago they had Warhammer, like Total War Warhammer, which that's a game like I want to get, but I don't want to spend $40 for. There's a few games, like The Witness is on there, and that one I've thought looked really interesting. That was last month, I think. Anyways, it seems like a pretty sweet deal, so I'm trying that out. I actually posted a link on my Twitter for that. I was like, do you only have 1 gear? I don't know what the hell is happening right now. 15 is just a suggestion. But right now, if the Popo sees me, I will get a citation. Who cares? This is gonna take me for damn ever. I don't see any road construction happening here. This is ridiculous. I'm just going. I'm gonna see if I haven't even noticed if there's a speed limit sign that actually says I have to go 15. Is this? I don't know what the hell's going on here. Skullgirls is one hell of a great indie fighting game. Oh. Lethal League. Oh, that part of that bundle that you were talking about yesterday, Dark Jake? Yeah, Mike also mentioned he got that too. When I mentioned the Shovel Knight, you said you weren't into jumpy side-scrolling. What did you play on NES? It was mostly jumpy side-scrolling platformers. Well, also, that was 30 years ago. So my tastes have changed. Like, and not that I don't think they're bad games. It's just that when I get them, one of the things too is those games tend to be very reflex driven, like, and for some reason I don't have the reflexes I did when I was 13. So when I play games like that now, I just end up like, a lot of times I just end up getting frustrated and I'm not having fun. I mean, that's honestly a lot of times what ends up happening. No. Mike replied, "Holy shit!" in your post. Oh, in your Discord, you mean, Dark Jake? Because I saw that you like made a notice in there too. This thing says 40 miles an hour, right? Did this game just glitch with the 15 miles an hour thing? Oh no, it actually did go up to 40. Maybe that was supposed to be some kind of a construction zone. You saw Popo? They are Popo around here. They'll take your money away if you're going over the speed limit. Alright. Now we're going up here. Oh, we're getting on the 10. Whoa! 10 east. Let me get an idea of where the hell I am right now. And I feel like I've been particularly terrible keeping track of chat this evening. So, like I mentioned, I'm pretty low energy. I was really tired tonight. I wasn't really going to stream, and then I just sort of rolled my way into the stream. Okay, we're going down to the 10. We're taking the 10 to Tucson, and then we're splitting off on the 19. Okay, good deal. La la la. Mike, welcome. Mike welcomed us. Hey, it's Nolan Wolf. Nolan Wolf. Greetings to you, sir. I noticed, because frequently when I stream the next day, if I'm working the next day, I will replay my stream, because I don't remember half what I say when I'm streaming, so and I'll have it in the background to make sure I didn't miss anything, especially when there's a lot of chat going on. Sometimes I'm like, what happened back then? What were they talking about, etc., etc. And I always realize how much I missed whenever I do that. And I realized last night, Nolan, you came in, and you made several contributions to the chat, and I don't think I even acknowledged you. So Nolan, I heartily apologize for not acknowledging you. And in advance, I know, for example, Nicholas Castaneda, I apologize for the people that I have not even noticed in my stream tonight. It is nothing personal. It's just I have poor, when I'm driving a truck, I have poor chatting skills, especially when my brain is not, I'm not firing on all cylinders tonight for some reason. It's not bad, I'm just not very mentally nimble right now. You been in the mood to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night? Yeah, there are times when it's not like I would never play a side-scroller. It's just that as I meant, the phrase I've used, and which I believe is best accurate, is I tend not to just be in the mood to play them. But I occasionally have. Like, what's that? I'm trying to think of there's one side-scroller that I can't remember what it's called. Oh shit! Okay, I thought I was getting in trouble again. There's one of those. I can't remember right now, but yeah, I have played them on occasion. And Shovel Knight, I've thought about getting. Well, Shovel Knight wasn't in one of those bundles, was it? Shovel Knight is one of those that people have talked about it so positively that I'd be willing to try it. But I do believe one of the things that was also said about it was, didn't they say it can be very difficult? That's like Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy was one where everyone said that was like super amazing, and I looked at it looked like a really cool game. But the reputation was, it's super hard. It's super punishing hard. It's awesome. Just like old school. And I'm like, oh shit, I guess if that's what old school is, I don't want that, because that just sounds like a way for me to get high blood pressure. Not Cave Story. No, shit, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a dungeon, and you pick up treasures, and it's really hard, and you die. I'd have to open up my Steam library and look for it. Because if I saw the name, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's that. It's called Spelunking? There's something with spelunking in it? Anyways, it came out 2 or 3 years ago. But it's sort of like Binding of Isaac in terms of like communities that do dailies, and people have whole streaming channels based around getting the best times and the highest scores and whatever, that sort of thing. Oh, Shovel Knight is not punishing. And maybe I will check it out. Maybe I got it all wrong. It's great, not quite NES hard, but it does provide a challenge. It's not as hard as Meat Boy. So, I think the thing is that whenever I've seen that on sale, I've never seen it for much less than like $10. And a lot of games like that they strike me as games that I will see at some point for $2.50. And that game seems like maybe it's going to resist that, because it seems to have endeared itself to many people, but I wouldn't be opposed to getting it. But it is something that, I don't know, because of, it's not a game like, whoa, yeah, Shovel Knight. It's sort of like a game I almost would have to talk myself into playing. I haven't been burning a trail to go snatch it up and put it in my library. It's got some awesome music. All right. Spelunky. That was, yeah, it is Spelunky. Okay, Matus, that's right, you got it. Nicholas Castaneda, you played some Altered Beast and Revenge of Shinobi. Super hate. Yeah, I had a Genesis. Did I have the original Genesis? No, Genesis. I didn't have the Sega Master System, which was the Sega's direct competitor to the original Nintendo Entertainment System. I had a friend that had the Sega Master System. And then I had a Sega Genesis and a Nintendo, Super Nintendo. And then the next thing I got was a PS1, and then I got a PS2. And the PS1 was the last system that I bought for myself. By the time PS2 came out, I was PC gaming, and I got PS2 as a gift from my mother for Christmas about a year after it came out. Because it was like $300 or something, and it's like I was already at that point where I'm like I would love to have it, but I'm not gonna drop $300 for it. And then my mom got it for me, and I played the hell out of PS2. Especially, I loved it because it was backwards compatible with the PS1. Like, I didn't have any trouble playing any of my PS1 games on it. Every time I hear Spelunky, I think of the line from the South Park movie. Eat penguin shit, you ass spelunker! You have a controller? I find platformers require a controller. Yeah, I have an Xbox 360 controller that I use for platformers, for sure. Why am I going over here? Is this just like a fool's... Sometimes the thing just makes you leave the road. Do I need to sleep? Hold on. Let me check my, I got 20 hours. I'm not really getting close to needing sleep. Am I? Is there a way station I need to go into? But yeah, there's some games that just do better with a controller. Like, Dark Souls, for example. And maybe they fixed it, made it better, but supposedly it was almost unplayable with a keyboard and mouse. So when I played Dark Souls, I haven't done it on my channel, but when I did it on my own, I did it all on a controller. Others to jump to mind are like the Lego games. They're almost unplayable on mouse and keyboard. Yeah, this is just a dumbass detour. I don't know why. I guess it was linearly the most direct route. I have no idea why it routed me off of here. Maybe it thought I needed a nap. Keep on space trucking. And I have Elite Dangerous too, speaking of space trucking. But that one's a little bit harder to control with a mouse and keyboard. I still played a little bit of it, I mean, to get comfortable with it, but I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for it to become more feature-rich before I decide to really jump into it. And also to see, if it takes long enough, to see what Star Citizen looks like. You need controllers for fighting games and platformers. Yeah, probably if I did a fighting game, I would want a controller. I haven't played a fighting game in a very, 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 very long time. But I think I got one of the Nintendo Smash Brothers ones on the Wii. That's probably the last time I played a fighting game. And the only person who I thought that I knew who could actually maybe play with me was my wife, and she didn't want to play fighting games, so I just played with myself. Played with myself. You can sleep when you're dead. I'm gonna wait until that sleep icon is in the red and I'm starting to pass out at the wheel. That's when it's time to take a nap. Dark Souls on PC is a nightmare without a controller. I don't know if I even ever tried it without one. I thought it was perfectly fine with a controller, though. So how are you, tow truck DL? What? Dark Linton? Is there... Are you talking about... Is there a DLC to tow trucks? I don't know. Last fighting game was Mortal Kombat for the DS. Alright. Yeah, I tend not to be... Again, I feel like games that are super Twitch-oriented, like super reflex, like fighting games, I just feel like I'm at, like, Injustice and Injustice 2. I've been watching some Injustice 2 streams and thinking, that game looks cool, but I feel like if I actually played it, I would suck. And that's one thing that I didn't really get until I started getting older, is that, like, not that I'm super old, but I started noticing in my 30s when I would play games like Battlefield and shit like that, all of a sudden I was getting like just beat down a lot. And I just couldn't, like, I had a roommate at one point. This is even when I was just in my late 20s. I had a roommate that was 18. And we would play games over LAN, and he would hand my ass to me like it was nothing. And I was like, holy shit. So a lot of times the games that are kind of Twitch based and like super reflex based, I'm just, especially competitive against other people who are really good at it, I just end up not having fun because I'm not good at it. Your husband doesn't want to play video games with you, Zeocam. I got my wife to play a little bit of video games with me. So that's why I can sometimes pitch ideas at her, like, hey, maybe we can play this, or, you know, like I was mentioning, maybe trying to get her to play Borderlands 2 in a co-op that we could do for my channel somehow. It would probably end up being a Let's Play. I don't know if live streaming might be a little bit too intimidating for her, but she was even nervous to record a Let's Play of it, thinking, like, that I was getting close. I proposed it when I was getting close to my 1,000 sub mark. I think that intimidated her a little bit. I'm like, nobody watches my Let's Plays anyways. Don't worry about it. But, she wasn't into games at all, but in 2005, we were living together, and it was before we were married. It was after we'd known each other about a year. And I had been accepted to law school, and we were living in Oregon, and I got accepted to law school in Los Angeles, which is why I ended up back in Los Angeles. And she was finishing up her undergraduate, so, and I wasn't even sure she would, you know, it's like, I know we've only been together a year, so if you don't want to move to LA, I totally understand. I'm not going to press you on it, but you're more than welcome to come down and join me. I would love to have you, but you need to, she's really close to her family. I didn't know she really wanted to go for it, but she did. And but it was going to be 6 months between the point where I moved to law school until she finished her last semester in college. And that was in 2005, and I was really into World of Warcraft. And so at a certain point I said, you know what, just sit down and make a character on my computer and play it for 10 minutes. Because I tried to talk her into it a couple times before, and she was just like, no, I don't like games. I'm just not into games. I played Mario when I was a teenager. I'm not in. It's like, well, this is not like Mario, okay? You need to try it. In retrospect, sort of like offering crack to someone, being like, it's so good, you gotta do it. But, so I was like, well, this is something that we can do together. Like, we had the unlimited plan where we could talk on our phones as long as we wanted. And hands-free, so I was like, yeah, this is something, like, on weekends and when I've got spare time, this is, instead of just talking on the phone, this is something we could actually do together. And maybe, if you don't like it at all, I'm not going to force you to play it, but I would like you to sit down make a character and play it for a half hour. And if you don't like it, I will never ask you again. I will never bother you again, but I have a feeling if you play it, you might like it. And if you do, that'd be great. It'd be a great thing for us to do together. And so I sat her down and she played it. She made a dwarf paladin, or dwarf hunter. And after about 10 minutes, she got this really kind of like bashful look on her face. And she's like, I'm having a lot of fun right now. And I was like, all right. And I ran out. I bought her a copy of the game, and I bought a video card for her computer because she couldn't run it. Anyways, that's my long-ass story. And so that's what we did when I was the first semester in law school. I didn't have a ton of time to play, but that's how I blew off steam, was playing games. And that's what we did for like almost 6 months. Our special time together was running around. She made a little dwarf. She made a dwarf hunter, and I had a human priest to keep eye on her and keep her from dying. And we still, when we get back into World of Warcraft every year or two, we still play those characters. That's kind of cool. Anyways, there's probably the last half hour of chat that I've just totally ignored. But you know what? It's probably a good time. I was thinking of maybe stopping at midnight, but I think I'm going to take a break and stand up at the very least. And maybe catch up on chat. I think I might be aiming for 1 o'clock to end my stream. So let me get my break screen up. Get my microphone in the standing position. I'm going to leave for like 5 seconds because I realized I left my water I left my water in the other room. So hold on one sec. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, once I got talking about that story, I don't think I looked back at chat once. So I apologize. I'm having a very terrible interaction day when it comes to keeping up with chat. You were there when you were playing ARMS earlier. Yeah, I watched you play that for a little bit. There's a new fighter coming out in June. That game looked kind of interesting. Zio Kim, you got him to play Bomberman in 1993? Wait a minute, hold on a sec. Zia Kim, you're talking about your husband? Wait, is he your husband in 1993? My goodness, that's a, let me count. That's a, holy shit, for reals? Am I understanding you wrong? I thought I was the oldest person on YouTube gaming, except for Matus, but I don't like to I don't like to single him out. I've always like, at least I'm not as old as Matus. I'm looking back in the chat. There's Girihim. Hello, Girihim. I didn't even see you come in. Welcome. It is nice to have you here. Mike says, wife won't play video games with me, but I saw her playing Tetris the other day. Also saw her playing Double Dragon Neon with our son. Well, I don't know. I guess it's different. Maybe she's trying to send you a message that when children are involved. Well, see, that's the thing is like, people will be like, oh, I don't games. I'm not into games. And then they'll play all these little like Flash type games until the cows come home. And then also, I don't know, I feel like a parent playing a game with a kid, they kind of look at it like, all right, this is sort of a thing you do with your kids, you know, just to connect with them, whatever. But sometimes, there have been times in the past where I've been way too into games, like there were some times when I got out of law school and things were not going very well, let's just say. I'm not going to get into a lot of details. But I got out right when the recession hit, and for the first couple years, things were not going very well. And I had a tendency to want to just live in World of Warcraft. I don't remember if that's what I was playing, but there was a period where I retreated into games. And I know she developed this kind of gaming widow mentality where it's like, she didn't want to ever encourage me to play more games. So if I was like, you want to play World of Warcraft? She'd be like, no, I'd rather do like productive stuff. It's like, oh, okay. As you get older, being competitive in games is harder due to decline in your hand-eye coordination. Yes! It only gets worse. Old geezer, yes! I'm turning 44 this year. I really noticed it, by the time I hit my mid-30s is when I really noticed that I just wasn't... When I was playing with other people who were in their teens and 20s, I just always lose. Always lose. Had to give up FPS games due to hand-eye coordination getting bad. Well, you see me, I'll play games like Skyrim, or I play like Fallout 4, or there are games, especially like stealthy games, or where I can sneak around and be real slow, and be like spend most of the time sneaking and hiding, because whatever. But yeah, I don't have the reflexes that I used to. Donut smells like pennies. No one will. Never mind, it's just a paper towel. That's it's quite a development. You and your little brother are the only gamers in the family, Dark Litton. Well, at least you got somebody. I mean, for a long time, it seemed like games are getting more accepted now, for people, you know, it's not just like, oh, games are just for little kids or whatever. But for me, a lot of, I mean, there's still people who are of my age and older in my family that look at the fact that I play games, or even the fact that I have the Gaming Lawyer channel. They'll look at it like, oh, what is this weird, like, this little, what's wrong with him? He's like, plays games. It's like, games are for children. There's still people that feel that way. But for a long time, you know, I remember when I was in my 20s, I kind of felt that way, where I was into games, and like, you know, when I was still single and I'd meet people and they'd be like, you'd be getting to know people, and it's like, oh, what do you do? And it's like, well, I do my little silly thing that I do. I like to play video games. I had to almost bring it up like, oh, silly, I'm weird like that. I'm, you know, I got my pluggy at home, and I always have to sleep with my special Charlie Brown blanket, and, you know, whatever. That's how it kind of felt. At least I'm not as much of a grandpa. I'm still behind on chat. Hear him thanks me for the welcome. Yeah, he's like, thanks for the welcome 10 minutes late, G-Law. That was real sweet. I feel special. See, can you hate Flash games? I've played a little bit of like the games that were on Facebook, or what is it, the Farmville and all the crap like that. And I got into those for a while, like literally a couple weeks back when I discovered them. And then at a certain point, it was where you had to farm something and be back within 36 hours or whatever. And I remember I was like, we were visiting my dad for the weekend out of town. And I knew it's Sunday when we were going to come back. And I'm looking at my watch thinking, if we leave now, I'll be able to hit that watermelon crop right when I get home. And then I was like, what the fuck kind of game am I playing? Where it's like, I'm thinking of tailoring, like, I don't see my dad that often. I'm thinking of tailoring a trip, like cutting out early so I can catch my watermelon crop. That's terrible. I know they're not all like that, but still. Yeah, Darkland, I'm not gonna lie, but me and my little brother play Halo game and kill each other. That sounds... Is that anything wrong with that? Paradise Bay. No, I'm not familiar with that one. WoW is productive. There's professions that produce good, so bam, point made. There we go, something productive. She loves like gathering and crafting, and well, she especially likes gathering. Like that's one of her favorite things when we're playing a game like that, is like being an herbalist where you just run around and look for flowers, and she's always looking like, oh, there's something over there to pick. That's why we never group with anyone else. It's always just me and her, because I'm always thinking like, if we try to group with other people and she's running around, like she just can't, we can barely get a quest done to save our lives, because it's all about like, oh, especially once they update it where it starts being like the herbs are sparkly, and well, they showed up on your mini map too. So that's the whole playing. It's the whole time playing with her, I'm constantly hearing, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? It's endearing. You just turned 51, old geezer. Okay, you just turned 51 this month. You can remember when the Dead Sea had just a head cold. Oh no. Once you pass 40, it's all downhill from there. Well, I'm still having fun with everything, but I've definitely reached a point where I appreciate a game that, like I was playing Skyrim last night, and somebody was like, and also, I'm always sneaking, I'm always in stealth mode, and they're like, why are you in stealth mode? Just run around, and when you run into something, just fight them. And it's like, well, you know, maybe I'll fight them eventually, but I don't want to be surprised. I don't want to be surprised. I don't want anything to happen to me without me having it meticulously planned out what I was gonna do. Oh my goodness. Your mom was proud of your YouTube channel? Wait, Ziokim was like, yeah, my parents. I think I missed the context of that. This is what happens when I'm catching up with chat where I'm like 5 minutes behind. And I don't know if people are I get down to a comment, I'll be like, they probably were responding to something that I said like 5 minutes ago. Your mom was proud of your YouTube channel. For reals, Mike? That's cool, man. Well, I've had mixed where they'll be like sort of supportive in one hand, where they'll be like, oh, that's cool, good for you. Like supportive in a polite way. But then also kind of like, you know, when it's time to get serious about, like, if they're talking about what I'm doing in life and how things are going, they'll be like, what's up with the games, buddy? What's up with the YouTube channel? I don't get it. You're still getting over being self-conscious about talking about tabletop gaming? Well, see, Nick, that's interesting to hear, because I was under the impression that by now it was just not really taboo anymore. Like, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, where I was talking about how, like, when I was coming out of high school and Foodareer was in a frat coming into college, and I was still, like, my main social activity was being a dungeon master. And I was like, yeah, Foodareer kind of had a slightly more active social life when it came to the ladies, let's just say. But I don't know if that's at all the case anymore. So, Stephen Castillo is back. Welcome back, Mr. Stephen Castillo. In fact, yes, Stephen Castillo, that was you. Stephen Castillo, that was you, who was last night when I was doing the stealth, and he was like, why don't you just fight these guys? And probably, like, Steven's a bit younger than I am, and he'd probably be great at just, like, what the hell's G-Law doing? Just fight him. Or I'm just like, No, man, I gotta hide in the shadows first and see if I can kill him with this arrow first. Mike, you're 38 and you can still play platformers? I can still technically play them, but I have to be able to stop. And if I can't stop and plan my next move, which, if I recall, that was not how those were played when I was younger. That's not how I did it. And a lot of games don't let you stop and plan your next move. Your parents would walk in your room and they'd ask you, "What are you playing?" And I would tell them what game I'm playing. My parents are like, "What the fuck is that?" Yeah. Let's face it, you never catch up with the chat. No, I'm getting there. I'm almost there. Ziacam, you said there are still people who think of games like toys for kids. I said, yeah, my parents. Okay, there we go. Yes. I think taboo on tabletop gaming is lifting. It takes some getting used to. You're talking about general RPGs or just tabletop games in general? And wait, Game and Lawyer. I lucked up on Alien Isolation for 12 bucks on a Steam sale. I think I saw that recently. In fact, you know what? I think I saw it. Was it on I forget which site. It might have been when I was looking on Humble Bundle earlier. I saw the base game for like $8 and change. Maybe even right now. I can't remember. But yeah, totally. I love Alien Isolation, and especially anybody who is a fan of Alien Isolation. I think that there's no, you just have to. You just got to get it. And you're old. It makes it spikes your blood pressure, so you have to quit to avoid a stroke. No BS. Well, yeah. I guess I've somewhat become desensitized to it, but I still get stressed out. But it's also a game where you can hide in a locker if you want to. So it'll still scare your pants off. Oh, Tomonto85, welcome and hello to you. Mikey Yellow Gamer. My mom always had the mentality that if I was inside playing video games, I wasn't outside getting into trouble. Oh, well, there you go. All right, that's valid. I guess it depends on who you are. I think when I remember there was a certain point when I was 18 or 19. I can't remember what, maybe 20. I think it was when Foodereer, around when he first took me down to Tijuana. And I had been such like a homebody, mama's boy my whole life, that there was a certain point where my mom was like, when she first found out that I'd gone down to TJ, she's like, I was starting to worry about you because you never did anything that seemed like remotely like dangerous or irresponsible, whatever. It's like, I'm not, it's good to see that you're capable of doing something that might seem a little bit like off the beaten path. Yep, you hide a lot. There you go. Locker time. Well, I think I've played it so much and I played the survivor mode so much in streaming it that I've gotten to a point where it's like more cat and mouse capers, and it's not quite as stressful as it was. But I know, like for example, Outlast, the first Outlast, and before I ever had a channel and I got Outlast, and it's not a very long game, but I got about halfway through it, and it was so stressful to me that I just stopped playing. I'm like, I'm not having fun. This is too stressful. And it wasn't until I watched a certain Let's Player play it. He's not anyone who's really well known, but he's one of my favorites. His name is Mac. He's got a channel called Mac's Corner. He played Outlast, did a Let's Play, and he was so hilarious and such a big scaredy pants. He was always like cowering and scared, and just like his voice would be quivering and jumping in his own shadow, and it was so, it sort of like made me look at it differently, and I went back and finished the game and I had fun. Hello Soul Hydra, welcome. Nick, board games boomed in the last few years. You got caught up in it. Yeah, totally it did. Munchkin, you not played Jack the Ripper? Let me see, I'm looking over at my games right now. They're in the other room. It's kind of far. We got Ticket to Ride, the train game. What's that? Machikoro. We got one of the Pathfinder card games. We got, I can't see all of them from here. One of my favorite ones is called Resistance. We have a Resistance Avalon. It's like a bluffing game where you, anyways, I'm not gonna get into it. It's hard to explain. If I start going, that's what I'll be doing for the next 10 minutes. You watch Spoonie play Alien Isolation and he rage quit after 20 minutes. I didn't watch Spoonie do it. I would have, well, was it when he was in his not fun, after he'd become sort of not fun and grumpy, and he was just like, screw this game, and the stream just stopped? That's sort of the way he became later. Let me see. I can remember rotary phones. No cell phones, just pay phones. Black and white, TV only. And your remote was walk your butt over to the TV and turn, yeah, the channel knob. We had the real stiff, like, there were only 12 channels, and that was it. And we didn't have cable to begin with, so it was like, of those 12, it was just whatever your antennas could pick up. You don't stream games like Outlast or Alien Isolation because jump scares don't really do it for me. The audience wouldn't get the desired reaction from me, and I don't want to just fake it. Maybe you're the one I was thinking of. At a certain point, someone was talking about how that stuff just doesn't do it for them. It just, you know, whatever. And I was trying to remember who that was. Maybe that was you. Your store of video games, Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. You still can't finish it. I've got so many games that I haven't finished. In fact, I have that one. I think I had that one on my Wii. Not that I can play that anymore because it's broken, but anyways. Resistance is fun, but our group played it too much. We figured out the traders in the first 2 turns. Yeah, I never had a chance to really play it that much, but that's one of those games. It's small and compact, so I've taken it to different like family gatherings around, and it's somewhat. It can take a minute for them to figure out how the game works, but once it clicks, it's a really simple game to play, and it can be a ton of fun. But yeah, once you get to know the people in the group you're in, and you just catch their tells, you can kind of start figuring out like. Very easily who the bad guys are. Spoonie needs help, like professional help. Dude has issues. Yeah, I feel bad for Spoonie because I used to watch. I watched. I don't know really what happened. I didn't track it to see if there was some sequence or drama that exploded, or what the deal is. Because it seemed like Spoonie was just sort of really taking off, and he started getting like where he was starting to get money for what he did, and he was starting to like update, like get a whole like little studio in his house for recording his, like I loved when he would talk about his game sessions. They talking about different role-playing games and things, stories, and then yeah, I don't know, all of a sudden it just, I don't know what happened. He's getting worse. So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming there's just either it's stuff like I know he maybe had drama with certain people, but I don't know the story about that, or if it's just that he just became. I mean, who knows? I mean, people have their own things going on in their lives, or they get into drugs or alcohol can change people's personality. I mean, who knows what's happening? Or people get, you know, like I always try to keep that in mind when I see people that maybe have taken a turn. I mean, somebody might find out they have cancer and they don't know how much longer. It's like, what? Well, you got anywhere from 2 years? Maybe you got a year to 10 years, or people get weird. Shit happens. You don't know. You don't know what might make him turn left or right. Love Letter is your favorite compact game. I played that before. That was pretty good. Spoonie is... what's his name? Noah Antweiler is his real name. But he's been around for like 10 years or so. And he just does a lot of stuff about video games and role-playing games. And he did a whole... You might like... Speaking of Ultima, he did a whole series on Ultima from like Ultima 1, like a retrospective, all the way through Ultima 9. And he trashes the hell out of Ultima 9. And it's hilarious. So if you just look up Spoonie Ultima when you have a spare time, that was the thing that made me really get into what he does. But he doesn't really do stuff like that anymore. He just picked up Love Letters. Okay. It seems like when the streaming really took off, he got depressed. Well, that's the thing is, did he get depressed, and therefore that's when he changed his habits to all streams? Because then it seems like that's all he's done for like 2 years is just stream, and like once sat around and talked about a movie or something. But his girlfriend dumped him, and then he made inappropriate comment on Twitter, and Channel Awesome cut ties with him. Then he just kind of put up a wall. Okay, so was Channel Awesome? I don't know what any of this stuff is, Mike. Is Channel Awesome, was that tied into his ability to become a big YouTube entertainer? Like, was that part of his lifeblood or what? Yeah, Ultima 9 was terrible. And he basically, when he does this whole series about all the Ultima games and how nostalgia and how he remembers, like, before he could even really read, his older brother taught him to play Ultima, like, and he learned the letters on the keyboard from his brother teaching him how to play, and it was like this thing he grew up with. And when Ultima 9 came, he's like, when he got to that point in the retrospective, he said, really, the whole reason I did this entire retrospective was so you could appreciate what an impact Ultimate 9 had on me, and how and like how terribly horrified I was, and how it destroyed my childhood. His Ultima. He did a 6-hour movie review for a 90-minute movie. Yeah, someone was mentioning that. It was just like real negative and bad energy, and because he was always the kind of person that would rant about stuff, but he had a fun energy about it when he did it. That's what I liked about him. But that's unfortunate. All right. And he's probably pissed that, you know, it's got to be hard. Especially when you're trying to really make a run at doing it professionally. And I mean, most of us probably various times in our life, I know I certainly have had low points where I have not been doing well. Or I've been in a relationship that went bad, and maybe I've said things that I later regretted or whatever. And then you move on and, you know, keep going. But sometimes when you're in a spotlight like that, you have those bad moments for the whole world to see. And when you behave inappropriately, it can totally throw you off the rails. And some people just can never recover from that sort of thing. All right, I'm gonna actually play the damn game. So much. What was that? Did I just take a 30-minute stretch break? Son of a bitch. This is the most meandering stream I've ever done. And I still got like 20 people hanging out in here. You're loving the conversation? All right, cool. Well, now that I'm going to be playing game, I'm probably going to lose complete track of what... Even I'm looking back now and realizing I've been missing comments, even when I haven't been even playing my game. Excuse me, I just noticed Soul Hydra. First ever video game you finished, got 100%, was Lego Harry Potter. So your mom bought the second one, same thing, you really love the Lego games. Those are great games. I don't think I've ever finished one. The one I really want to finish is, because I love Lord of the Rings, and I have the Lord of the Rings one, and I got, I think, pretty far into that one, but I never finished it. Let's see, Final Fantasy VII Remake. 7 Remakes Combat. It was looking like they ripped it right out of 15, and the combat was apparently appallingly bad. I don't know much about... I mean, I haven't followed 15 too much because I think I want to play it at some point. I don't know how or when, but it seems like Final Fantasies, if you wait long enough, they come out on PC. Sometimes you gotta wait 2 or 3 years, but they end up on PC. So, I don't know. I never played Final Fantasy for the combat anyways. Well, even the story, I guess, is mostly not that good, so I don't know. But it looks... When I've seen Final Fantasy, it looks interesting. 15? You remember what I said about Gaming Lawyer stream pattern? 15 minutes talk, 10 minutes gameplay, and so on. So, yep, that's true. Said, I start my stream, I talk for 15 minutes, then I start playing, I play for 5 minutes, get raided, talk to the raiders for 15 minutes, get back in the game, play for 5 minutes, break time, 15, yeah. Well, it's even worse. It's worse tonight. It is worse tonight. And one thing that's happening too recently that's and I'm not complaining by any means, but since I've been streaming more and having a bit more of a presence over the last month or two, I've been getting just more traffic in here. So there are more people in my chat, so and I always wanted, at some point, if I keep growing, I'm gonna have to give up the fact that I'm not going to be able to just keep up with chat. Like, I'm not gonna be able to even attempt, like, oh, I'm gonna see if I can address every single person that says something. It's just I'm not gonna be able to sustain that. But it's starting to get to that point where I can't, it's getting to be a problem. G-Law keeping up with chat. Yo, lawyer, it's Jared Shelton. How you doing, Jared, man? All characters you don't have control over, so you have to babysit a ridiculous degree. Might as well. Oh, okay. I like the turn-based better, to be honest. Final Fantasy, was it 12? Introduced sort of a not turn-based. Was it 12? Anyways, I still like the old version. I kind of wish they would do that. There's one tweet that encapsulated Final Fantasy 15. I have never cared about any group of people less than Noctis and his boy band. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, eventually I'm going to play it and I'm going to see for myself. I know there are some people that listed that as the greatest disappointment in gaming last year. And I know other people that liked it. But even the people that liked it seemed to like it with qualifications. So we should start playing. That's right. Yes, we're going to play. Soul Hydra, you're on point. We're going to play the game. We're going to play the game. I'm playing the game. I apologize in advance. Wait. All right, okay. I apologize in advance for the fact that I am not going to keep up with chat. I'm just not. It's not going to happen. If you streamed, that's what would happen to you, Zia Kim. You'd stop playing it and end up chatting for 6 hours. Well, I've even done that before. Even earlier on, like a year ago, I ended a stream and I went... It was the Do Nothing stream. So many people here were for that. I raided somebody, and I still had my stream window open. I looked over 15 minutes later, and people were still talking in my chat. And I was joking, like, I should just start a stream up where I'm not doing anything at all. Because there were still people talking in my chat, and there was still, like, 12 people in there, which at that time, that was a lot of people to be in my stream, period. It's still not if I had 12 people, I still consider myself to be having a good stream, even a year later. But yeah, so I just started a stream again, and I didn't play a game or anything. It was my Do Nothing stream. And I ended up getting 20 people in there. And that was the first time I think I hung out and just watched YouTube videos and shoot it to shit. You can raid your guy tonight. Well, we'll see when I'm ready to wrap up. I think that happened last time, Jared. You had a raid target you were interested in raiding, and I don't know if I gave you the impression that I was about to stop the stream, but you seemed somewhat disappointed when, I guess, the person you wanted me to raid, they stopped streaming. But yeah, so that's how it'll work. I did promise Jared that I would take a look at his suggested raid target, because he's been good at directing raids towards me in the past. So normally, if someone asks me to raid somebody, I don't necessarily take the suggestion, but when I'm ready to wrap up and do a raid, we will take a look at if you have any suggestions at that time. Mr. Jared Shelton. The story feels unfinished, Mike. Alright. Let me see. We should have a stream to talk one day. Am I right or wrong? No, I've done that before. And that's the thing where I actually can talk, like this kind of game. Oh shit, I missed. Okay, we're gonna. Oh no, I missed my turn. This kind of game is actually not. It's pretty decent for me to be able to talk, but it is not so good for me to pay attention to the chat necessarily. Sort of like when I'm talking in real life, or when I'm driving in real life, I can maintain a perfectly good conversation with somebody, but I got to keep my eye on the road. And that's the instinct when I'm playing this, is to just sort of go off conversationally and look at the road, and then I'll remember, oh shit, there's a chat with like 20 people in here who are all making comments, and I haven't looked over in about 5 minutes. What the hell kind of streamer am I? You need a shower to draw this jogging sweat. All right, man. Have a good night. Hasta la pasta, Matus. Thanks for hanging out, man. Vine Sauce Vinny does that after streaming. You sometimes make just a chat and chat. Oh, yeah. Can I? All right. How's my driving? 1-800. Says right on the side of my truck. How's my driving? Please call 1-888-8-SHIT. Oh, whoops. Whoa, okay. Case in point. I did miss the turn. G-Law, you should just make a podcast at some point. I don't know, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm destined to do, is, like, the only problem with my gaming streams is that I'm actually trying to play a game. It just, I don't know. Psst, she went to Jared. What? What, where? Talk as much as you want. Thank you, Floppy Ram. At this point, I think people are going to see your donation notifier and accuse you of stealing it from... Mike was... Well, that's right, because you developed the donation notifier, and then circumstances prevented you from streaming. And now my donation notifier... Well, it's not exactly ringing off the hook, but it has become... It seems like it maybe has seen more action than yours simply because of your inability to stream. Alright, yeah. Alright, how's my driving? Shit. How's my driving? That's right. We're making this turn. Call 1-888. Eat shit. Okay. I need that number on speed dial at this point. I see more podcasts on Twitch than YouTube Gaming. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really watched them live, but there are a few people I've seen that do podcast style shows or even sort of shows like I do, where like before where I watch videos and stuff live, and I'll have like a setup where like almost a daily show type of thing, except they're mostly just sitting around talking about shit. If there's money, it doesn't grow on trees. Why do banks have branches? I think Yumi's onto something. I think Yumi's figured it out. Illuminati confirmed. Your next stream is going to be me or you playing with a fidget spinner for 4 hours. Is that something to do with with the thing you needed to fix? Was it? I don't know. What the fuck is a fidget spinner? Anyways. Oh, I just realized this whole time I've had on my preview stream, I always stop it from running because it actually impacts my game and stream performance to have it running in a preview stream. Alright, never mind. Just talking. Just thinking out loud. There's 2 guys right now doing a 24-hour fidget spin stream. I don't even know what the hell that means. Better hurry, Mike. They're going out of style quickly. I don't know if anyone would come, Mike. I would be there. I don't know what the hell that is. If some sort of sick shit, maybe I won't go. Depends. If it's like that Japanese video you showed me, maybe I'll pass. Mike has become the master at sharing videos that disturb people. And he'll keep trying until he finds something that disturbs you. He's like, pipecock? I was like, oh, wait. Now Cowdizzle's here too. I need to look back at the stream and confirm this. But Mike got me on the pipecock notifier. But I've been under some confusion about who in that initial stream where I was introduced to pipecock. I thought it was Mike, but then I was like, wait, was it Cowdizzle? I can't remember. You have 2,000 watching. What the fuck is a fidget spinner? It sounds like is that porno? I don't know. I am out of touch with, I'm a middle-aged man, okay? You might think, look, to hear me on here, that I got my pulse on what all the kids love these days. And when I talk about like, oh, you youngsters and your things that I don't understand, you think I'm being sarcastic. I don't know what the flip's going on half the time. Your phone died, that's okay, Soul Hydra. You made it back. And things like that happen. There's already, are you serious, guy? The teacher was not happy. Yes, he game. No, Mike said it was him. Okay. That's what I thought in that video. Mike was showing me stuff, but then I wasn't sure. Yumi apparently does not like pipecock. So anyways, there was pipecock. And most people kind of adjusted to pipecock. Right? But then it was Willy Bum Bum. And he warned me ahead of time, maybe you want to watch this before you show it in stream because people might not be into Willy Bum Bum. So I watched it and I was like, what the hell was that shit? And at the end I was like, but maybe I thought it was kind of funny. So I'm going to watch it again. And I watched it a second time. And I kind of was like, started laughing a little bit. And I'm like, okay, I think this is kind of funny. But when I first saw it, I was like, what? I don't know, what the hell is this? But I showed it on my stream and it officially crossed the line for a lot of people. Like, they were just not into it. But, you know, I was like, okay, I'm not going to show it again. It's got a catchy tune. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of funny, but a lot of people hated it. So it's not on my channel. But then Mike had to go a step further by sending me this video that I couldn't even finish watching. And it wasn't, I mean, there were shock videos like 2 Girls, 1 Cup and other horrible shit that I've seen. And it wasn't horrible in that way. It was like, per Mike's usual quality, it was just bizarre. It was uncomfortably bizarre, not just in your face gross out. And I had to turn it off. I was like, this is just making me feel too uncomfortable. The Japanese video, that's right. You're driving, yeah, but he's about to go into that red thing. I should have thought about that when I was back where there were hotels and stuff. Let me check the map. This is like the 2.5-hour drive that should have taken me 15 minutes. Looks like there's no more other places to stop until Tucson. Your cab just yawned. What is it? The video that Mike shared? I don't even remember what it was called. I just know it was Japanese people and it was some really bizarre really, like, kind of sick, naked, like, Naked Lunch, it reminded me. I don't know if anyone saw that. Naked Lunch just had, like, really weird shit. It's a movie that came out in the probably late 80s. It was really, like, it was written by, some author that was known for being, like, on LSD all the time. Might have been the same guy that wrote Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Anyways, it's just very bizarre and very, like, kind of disturbing. What stream was it? You'll confirm who it was right now? Well, that's the thing, I can't remember. I certainly couldn't, off the top of my head, say, oh yeah, it was such and such the stream. I don't think it would even be listed on a stream like, game plus hanging out for 2 hours afterwards. But at some point I might, it might nag me enough to actually go back there and see. Because I know you guys were both there, Cowdizzle. The cab didn't even yawn, that was Jake Break. Oh yeah, the cab is, oh, I'm officially in the red. Alright, I should be going faster than 30 miles an hour. How have I been, Jared? I've been good. I've been good, man. I was a little tired tonight. Once I finish this delivery, I'm probably gonna call it a night. However long that takes. I wasn't even gonna stream tonight. Tonight I was thinking about doing XCOM. If I was, you know, if I did a stream, I said if I do a bonus stream tomorrow, it'll be XCOM. And then around 8 o'clock, I was just tired. I've been working my ass off this week. And I was just beat to hell. And laying on the couch, napping, dozing. And at that point I decided I wasn't gonna stream. But Ethan Piper made this sweet paint job for my rig. With all this Lawhawk stuff. And he'd emailed it to me. Shit! Okay, whoa, shit! Sorry, I'm not good at changing views like that. And so I decided, wait a minute, I should have left the road, huh? I decided to install it, and as I was installing it, and I thought, well, I feel like maybe I should play this a little bit, and if I'm gonna play it, maybe I should stream. So it was just a random 10:30 in the evening type of thing. But today, I just was really feeling slow-minded and shit. I am not being a good truck person. Okay. We're gonna have to rectify this situation right now. There's a hotel. No, I'm going the wrong way. Of course I'm going the wrong way. I wonder what happens if I fall all the way asleep in this thing. I know it. Well, you have to stop at an actual place, don't you? You can't just stop in the middle of the road, can I? Let me see what happens. I'm just gonna come over here. Shit! This is a bad idea! This is a bad idea! This is what I'm just... Am I ever gonna get back on the road again? I think this was a horrible idea. I can't sleep though, can I? Let me turn the engine off. Sleep. Go to sleep. Nope. Let me see. Get off now! Yeah, I think I am doomed. I think I just made things worse, to be honest. Off the road again? Yep, looks like I'm gonna be completing the last leg of my journey off-roading. At least I won't get into any accidents with other vehicles. Oh shit, did I come... No! I'm stuck! I messed it up now. Okay, I officially screwed up. I don't know what happens, do you, Kim? There's no more things like, yeah. I'm just yawning, and he's yawning in the middle of all this. What am I gonna do? How did this even happen? Okay. I think I've gotten myself into a situation. Oh wait, I've got roadside assistance. Don't I have roadside assistance? Isn't there? Let me see. Isn't there a way to do roadside assistance? If anyone knows, this may be one of those situations where it's just like, for a second I was like, well, I guess I broke this game. I'm gonna spend the rest of my career on the side of this road. Check your parking brake. Let me see. Oh. No, that wasn't the problem. Now my truck's getting damaged too. I've seen, let me see. My diagnostics. Yeah, I'm doing some damage. Hopefully I won't screw up the job too much. Chat kills. I got all this pressure and then Yumi told me get off the road right now, and so I did. And then this happened. God damn it. Wasn't there a thing? Does anyone know this game? This is my life now. Stuck on the side of the road. Wasn't there some sort of like AAA thing you could call type of thing? Ride controls, camera controls. It's like a button. Maybe it's just in the menu. World map, garage manager. Okay. See, I'm guessing people who've played this game actually have never like screwed it up so bad that this has actually happened to them. They're like, you're on your own, G-Law. You didn't tell me to get into a ditch. Is it true? True, you didn't. Use your rocket boosters. Let me see. The company manager. Check out your drivers. I could fire myself right now. Truck dealers. Controls plus chat plus stream plus drive equals lulls. I thought I was almost positive there was some way for me to get roadside assistance. Okay, hold on. We're gonna little technical difficulties here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, next time you need to move shit from one place to another in a giant ass truck, don't forget to call Lawhawk Logistics. Lawhawk Logistics. Over 20 hours of experience moving shit from one place to another, we guarantee that whatever shit you need to move from one place to another will get there safely with Lawhawk Logistics. Alright, let me look at this in the background. What the hell do I do? Like, someone give that. What is that? G-Law is making someone give a donation to automated trucking R&D? What the hell? 20 hours. A collected experience of 20 hours. Driving virtual trucks from one place to another. You can trust Lawhawk Logistics to get where you need to go. Alright, let me see. American Truck Simulator. Roadside Assistance. I thought they mentioned somewhere in some like tutorial thing. Let me see. There's someone talking about they ran off the road. This might... Such moments you have to call emergency assistance. AAA is for having issues finding your exact location. Please sit tight, sir. Go to your PTA. PDA! Alright, let's try this shit. The PDA. I didn't even think to look at my PDA. Wait, there was like a PDA button. There we go. What is it? There, call assistance. 268 bucks, no problem. It'll take 58 minutes. Hells to the yeah. To Tucson. That's where I wanted to go anyways. Oh, there we go. It's all your driving record and denied your membership. Nope, as long as I got the sweet cashola, they'll do it. They'll do it. They'll be like, we look forward to your repeat business, G-Law. And thank you. Let me see. Where am I right now? Am I... Did they repair me too? Nope, I still need to get repairs. The they dropped me off at the Walmart? Okay, no, I'm actually at a place where... I am at a place where I can get a repair if I need to. I can probably do without it as well, if I had to. Here it is. How's my driving? Please call 1-888-EAT-SHIT. Oh, this is where I can just upgrade this right here. Repair. There we go. And I can sleep in this parking lot here, but I'm not confident of my ability to get back out with my trailer truck. So let me see if there's a hotel nearby. Hotels tend to have places where you can just pull in one side and pull out the other. It works out real nice. That doesn't look like the kind of hotel right there, though, that I... There we go, up here. Okay. We're going to the hotel. I think. Am I still... Yeah, I'm still sleepy as hell. Miss... Oh, Tigger. Tigger 38. Hey, lawyer. Take it home at last. What'd I miss? Nothing. Nothing. You didn't miss anything. Don't tell him. Tigger. He's the only person in this chat that he might actually still hire me. If he needs someone to move shit from one place to another in a giant ass truck. Nothing happened. La 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 la. Just get through that thing. Okay, we're going. Nothing happened there either. 2 Walmarts? Hey, you gotta have Walmarts all over the place. Your cargo ate shit. You're getting tired. I know I'm getting tired. I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm getting tired. I urgently need a hotel. Turn off those hazards. Oh my goodness. That was legitimately stressful. I'm glad you guys... Well, I did laugh at it too. I was gonna give you guys shit for laughing at me, but it was funny. That was kind of funny. Alright, Tigger. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Alright, my guys started getting tired, and I missed the... What the hell? What is this? No! No, no! No, let me through! I almost got hit by a damn train! Man, I thought this game was gonna be relaxing, but it's stressful as shit! Being a truck driver's hard, man. Yeah, I missed my exit, and I missed the exit where a hotel was. And then people were like, you need to get off the road right now, you need to sleep, and I started panicking. So I literally just pulled off into the dirt. And then I kept going through like the weed and the brush and the rough, like off-roading it. And I ended up getting stuck where my wheels, the wheels that make the truck move, weren't connecting with the ground anymore. And then I didn't know how to leave. That's what happened. Why don't you pull why don't you pull off the road, she said. Yeah. It was Yumi's fault. Oh, hey, what the fuck? Hey! Why are you fining $1,800? He had the stop sign. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna hire a lawyer. It was totally not my fault. Hello, Charlie Ratliff. Welcome. Welcome to my perfectly capable streaming of truck driving, which I'm excellent. I'm an excellent truck driver here at Lawhawk Logistics. The wheels were off the ground. A little bit. It happens to truckers all the time. They always end up places where their wheels no longer touching the ground. It's an occupational hazard. If you don't know that, you don't know anything about truckers. Just cross-thing. Please, God, don't let there be any real truckers in the chat tonight. That's what I found streaming this game. There are people who are real truckers that enjoy watching the truck simulator. And they like watching newbie people like me. Okay, I know I'm sleepy. I have to sleep. I know. They enjoy watch people like me struggle to back trailers into parking spaces. Is this game better than Farming Simulator? Hello, Princess Unicorn. I think it depends on who you ask. From what I know from people who are into simulations, who've played both, it seems like you get more play, there are more things to do in Farming Simulator. because there's just a lot more activities and things involved in farming than there are in truck driving. But this is a good game. Wait, no, this is not a hotel. Hold on, where's my map? Starting to, no, stop it. I wanted a hotel. Not this shit. All right. I don't even think I can sleep here, can I? Nope. All right, we screwed up. I screwed up. And now, now I've got to back out onto the street. All right. Coming through. Look out. Coming through. Hey. Hey. You guys got to cut this shit out. I'm coming through. Why are there so many cars here? There can't be this many cars in all of Tucson. What the hell? I'm getting tired. I'm still getting tired. All right. You guys, you're shit out of luck because G-Law's run out of patience. This is ridiculous. All right. All right. All right. All right. Hello, Hamad. Hello. Just sleep where you are. Who's gonna stop you? The game does not have a mechanic to let me sleep where you are. I think the game will only let you sleep at very particular places. I need to go back to the truck stop or some other place where I can sleep. If I don't fall asleep and get myself killed. Coming through. Bad driver at the wheel. I'm all out. Everybody coming through. Bad driver. All out of patience. Make way. Oh my god, am I getting a kink raid right now? Wait a minute. Hold on. I need to figure out what the hell's going on. Can I turn here? I don't know where I'm going. No! Hold on. The other way. Other way. Whoop. Make way. I don't give a shit anymore. Okay. God damn it. All right, hold on. So, the Raiders, look away. Look away for a second. Look away. Look away. Look away. Look away. All right. You can look now. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Kink Raiders, to another relaxing session of Lawyer Plays Live, American Truck Simulator. I surely do appreciate your raid, and I just hope you all know you're in safe hands when Game Lawyer gets behind the wheel. If you need any shit moved from one place to another in a giant truck, don't forget to call Lawhawk Logistics, the official trucking company of the Gaming Lawyer. I will get your shit where it needs to go with no complications. No complications! Alright, hey Kink, man. Thank you so much for the raid. That is awesome. Ozman in on the raid, the Lonely Crab, Mine69, got some familiar faces in here, Ozman2354, and of course, hashtag me raid from the man Kink himself. How you doing? How you doing, man? You can't look away, it's too good. What's up, lawyer? I'm doing good, Ozman. I am doing good. Despite, if I was a real trucker, I'd probably hate my life. But given the fact this is all simulated, I don't have to wait 20 years to look back and laugh at what's been happening to me this evening. It's so, Kim, so relaxing. That's right, kick off those boots, boys and girls, and have yourself a seat. Have a nice glass of lemonade. Something, kick back and enjoy some relaxing driving. A little bit of cross-country driving, a little bit of no shit cross-country, like straight off the road. Oh my god, I'm getting loopy. I was already tired. I wasn't gonna stream tonight. I was already tired. I think I'm officially entering the phase in the stream where I'm loopy as shit. I'm getting loopy. I was gonna say loopy as shit. Why not? Okay. You want your shit to get to destination? Oh, you do? Well, if you reconsider, just call Lawhawk Logistics. All right. But Kink, thank you so much for the raid. Everybody, I was ashamed to admit that I did not know until the last few weeks that Kink was a streamer and a pretty good streamer. I've had a chance to check him out. I rated him, what, last night? Was it last night? Yeah, so a lot of you were probably along for that raid. But if you don't know Kink, he is a swell guy. And hey Mike, you missed this last night. We did we raided Kink, and then about 20 minutes later he stopped and he asked for suggestions on who we should raid, Mike. And guess who was on? Guess who was on? Alright, I'll tell you. It was Redhead Redemption, Mike. I convinced Kink to raid Redhead Redemption. I warned him, it's an ex-porn star. I was just kidding. But he was like, make it so. And we went, and it was awesome. I don't know. I just think anytime we raid her, it's alright. I've been terrible keeping up with chat. If G-Law, if you're a real trucker, you'd be unemployed and in jail. Yeah, probably with multiple counts of manslaughter. Last week you couldn't find a raid, and here you're getting raids at 4 in the morning. Well, I'm not usually on at this time if it matters. This is what's gonna happen when I'm ready to get out of here. When I finally get this damn load to its destination, I'll be parking the truck, and there's gonna be some kind of like damn huge raid come in here. I'll be like, oh my god, which I love huge raids, but man, you came at a good time because there's still a little bit of gameplay in here to go yet, Kink. All right, I would not mind having some while watching your stream, G-Law. Some lemonade, just sit back and enjoy. We compared Kink with llama, with hats. I don't know what that meant. No worries, thanks for the warm welcome. You got it, man. Alright, we're getting back into the game. We're getting back into the game where I promise you, everything is under control. Hey, and look, this is what inspired me to play tonight. There's one of my viewers did a custom paint job. This is the Lawyer Plays Live, and it's the Lawhawk logo. And up here, I can't look at it here, but there's my Lawhawk, like the wings of justice, and it says "Caw" across the top there. It's pretty epic. But see, those cars didn't see you coming. I mean, hello, I'm driving here. Or is it trucking? Yeah, they should. So many cars just being where I wanted to go. How rude. Alright, is this gonna... All I want to do is find a place to sleep. That's how this all started. Everything was going smoothly until my driver got sleepy, and then I went into panic mode. Because Paige liked Kink's name because it's kinky. Oh, were you there? Were you actually lurking there, Mike? Manslaughter, construction, destruction, traffic obstruction. Shall I continue or just plead guilty now? I don't know. Do you have that on camera? Can you verify it? I didn't hit anyone when I was backing out of that one spot. And everything that happened from my off-road adventure, I already fixed that. No one got hurt there either. Okay, I am gonna find a place to sleep. It was the place I was originally. I didn't want to stop there because I was afraid it would be tricky to get out again. I'm getting tired. I know I need to sleep! Son of a bitch. No, wake, stay awake, stay awake, stay awake. I'm not going the wrong way, Yumi. Don't tell me that. I'll end up making a U-turn and killing some people. Don't tell me that right now. If G-Law can get an alien off from his criminal charges, then I think he'd quit his trucker. That's right! When I was playing Alien Isolation, I'm pretty sure I came up with some pretty solid defenses. Should I ever hypothetically be hired by the Xenomorph to defend him in court? I'm sure, and I think I made some pretty compelling arguments. If I could do that, I'm sure I could get this trucker off. And I don't mean that like in a BJ in the cab kind of way. I mean in a legal sense. Alright. We're gonna do this. Yeah, there's a Walmart. I have a mod that adds real life places in here. And let me tell you, Walmart's all over. I guess I can't sleep there. Okay, that's just a gas station. I should have maybe considered getting gas, but oh well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, don't worry. We'll pass another Walmart. You can get a nice long look at it. Here's the train tracks where there were no problems before. There's no incident occurred at these train tracks where I almost died. Didn't happen. Jared Shelton is back, dude. No, stay awake. Stay awake, stay awake, stay awake. Okay, I know I'm going the wrong way in terms of my final destination. However, I am going the right way when it comes to finding the lot that I want to sleep in, which is different than my final destination. You're so tired you can't spell. Dang, 14-hour days. Holy crap. I had a couple of those this week. That's why I ended up earlier tonight. I wasn't going to stream. I was just like, hey, there's Walmart. Okay, so now we've seen Walmart. Oh! Alright. Can I do this now? Hashtag need to see the Walmart. I've done plenty of jobs in this game for Walmart. Hi, are you American? If yes, which state? I am American. I am in the state of California. And a city some people call Los Angeles. It's one of those cities that most people have heard. Maybe you've heard of it. It's kind of a big deal. Okay, this is where... Sleeping. 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 What did Mike say? Walmart isn't everywhere. I tried to find a Walmart in Iraq. All you could find were Targets. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I get it, Mike. I get it. You can do it. You can sleep all night long. I'm not worried about sleeping. I'm worried about, am I going to be able to get out of the parking lot without scraping my shit. Because I'm carrying a long trailer out of a small little space. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. Alright. Now. Shit. Oh, this way. Now I'm going to proceed. Now, okay, everyone pretend that whatever happened yesterday in this game didn't happen. And we're on a fresh start. Jared's in Texas. Oh, yeah, alright. Girl says she got classic... Hold on. Okay, this is where I'm going. I don't want to not go the right way again. She got classic Twilight, the CDs were switched, and it's Star Wars New Hope. Well, that was what I call a happy accident. Hey, GL, can your trucker stop by a bar to grab a cold beer? I can stop next to a bar if I see one. But the whole thing about getting a cold beer, we just have to pretend. That's like you could go to Las Vegas in this game. I was thinking, like, that'd be kind of cool if I installed some kind of a Las Vegas gambling simulator, like a totally separate game. And if we go to Las Vegas, I shut down Truck Simulator and play a few hands of like poker or something, and then I go back, and then I can go back in my truck and finish my delivery. This guy's got a pole sticking out of his dick. Yeah. I'm worried about getting out of the parking lot without scraping my load. Scrapes load. Yep, there's nothing worse than scraping your load. You can read that any way you want. Alright, we are in good shape. In fact, I think it's the appropriate time for me to sing the 5 words of this song that I know about being on the road again. On the road again. This is a song about being on the road again. These are the 5 words I know from the song about being on the road again. There we go. And when I go to Vegas, I sing The Gambler, because I know like 10 words in that song. Oh shit. What's your take on this job? You own chickens. I sold over 2 million eggs to New York City. Need a haul from Minnesota to New York. Any suggestions? But let me see. Oh yes, right here in my Rolodex, the very top recommended company for moving eggs. You can't do better than hiring Lawhawk Logistics. At Lawhawk Logistics we have... Let me check my watch. 21 hours of experience moving shit from one place to another in giant-ass trucks. I'm sure there would be no problem moving eggs. Eggs are... They're not fragile, right? As long as you package them right, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. It's a bad time to visit Vegas unless you love the heat. Well, Vegas got a lot of air conditioning too, though. We got married in Vegas at the beginning of August. So it was very warm. We still had a good time. On the road again. It's 4 words. Something, something, something on the road again. Okay, well, on the road, and then earlier was not on the road. Off the road again. I'm getting sued, I'm off the road again. Alright, there we go. 21 hours of experience, of trucking logistic experience. You can rely on us to move your shit anywhere it needs to go with a minimum of damages or legal repercussions. We promise at Law Hawk Logistics. Oh, there was some terrorist video showing clips of Vegas. What? Like it seems like an imminent thing happening? Law Hawk Logistics. Can't move a trailer without breaking a few eggs, or all the eggs. We broke all your eggs. I like how, see, Nick's got the right idea. He kind of packages it in a way that eases them into the news that, in fact, all their eggs were broken. I discovered Nogales, which is apparently where I wanted to go. My wheels are no longer on the road again. I drove off the road because I was sleepy and I panicked, and Yumi told me to pull off the road, and I did it. Alright, screw it. It's all Yumi's fault. Yumi made me pull off the road and I just was doing what she told me to. See, it's all Yumi's fault. And now it's true because it's the stuff of the song, just like the Iliad and the Odyssey. No texting and driving. That's what this is very much like. We were talking about this before. This is like, it's very much like if there was someone who drove a truck who was just, well, watching a YouTube stream and actively participating in it. I was worried for your well-being. Pull over to the next truck stop that serves tea. Law Hawk Logistics. Good luck suing us. Our lawyers are fantastic. Well, oh, I missed it. All right. Luckily, there's this big wide. Oh, no, no. Down. I was gonna say, luckily, there's this big wide open place, but I have a feeling I was about to run into that same problem I did last time. Now I gotta figure out how the flip to get turned around here. Can I drive around? Nope, I'm not gonna trust it. I can't believe it. All right, here's what's gonna happen. I need gas anyways, son of a bitch. An instant classic. Blame it all on you, me. Yep. How do I come up with this shit? Okay. Gonna fill her up. Filling her up. Again? No, nothing happened. Nothing happened, Zeokim. Nothing happened. I'm gonna need everyone who's in my chat right now to fill out these non-disclosure agreements. That's whenever I do trucking sim stream, I'm just gonna have to do that. I'm gonna be like, before I begin the stream, I need you all to. I have a link here. I'd need you all to go to. It's just a standard non-disclosure agreement about certain things that you may witness in the stream this evening. It's purely boilerplate, standard stuff. Nothing to worry about. You don't even need to read it, really. Just sign it, and we can resume with the trucking. And then at this point, I'd be whipping it in your faces, like, you guys can't tell anyone what happened in here. I own your ass. Law Hawk Logistics. Oops, I missed it, and I don't mean the light pole. I hit that. Nick. Can you help haul a large tank of grease to New Orleans to Baton Rouge? Well, oh, hold on. I almost missed it again. What? That's narrow. All right, hold on. This is. I'm gonna have to resort to cheater cam right out the gates. I'm already screwing up. Backing up trucks is hard. All right. Sorry. Just getting into this damn place is gonna be hard. Sorry. So sorry. Whoops. Sorry. Turned the wheel the wrong way. This is a good time in case people missed it. This is my custom paint job here. That was done by Ethan Ethan Pfeiffer, one of my viewers, and where's a good? Is there a light on here? There it is, right here. On the bottom left there, under Lawyer Plays Live, says, "How's my driving? Please call 1-888-EAT-SHIT." Yep, that's pretty much... that's pretty much... Wait, oh, parking brake's engaged. Son of a bitch. I am... Alright. No one in this stream will now hire me to move their shit in a truck. I'm gonna have to make peace with that, because... everyone... I keep thinking I'm gonna turn over a new leaf. Wait. This is... Okay. We're gonna do playing it safe. I'm not even gonna mess with parking it hard today. You can do where you want it, where they invariably need you to park it in some place that's really hard to maneuver the trailer, backwards, typically, in some tight corner. That's not happening tonight. It isn't happening. We're getting a few people who think they are in Oregon, in Washington, and expect others to pump their gas. Wait. Is it Oregon's where you can't pump your own gas? I think I did that when I was moving up there. I pulled over my U-Haul and I refueled. And I didn't even realize I was breaking a law. It was like a big place where I guess they couldn't get out fast enough. It was like a huge gas station complex. No auto parking. I don't need auto parking. What are you talking about? I'm a professional. I am a professional, sir. But I am going to use cheater cam. Okay. There. No. It's very touchy because I'm crooked. No. Back. Just touch it. Just go. Stop it. Just nudge it. Nudge it. Nudge it. Rub it. Whatever we need to do. Okay. All right. We got it all under control. Got it all under control. There we go. Look, job rating satisfactory. That's right, lady. Read them and weep. Okay, it was a base reward. I still got 22,000. I only got 46.98 worth of damage to the cargo I was bringing, which that's not bad, right? They must have made a lot more money than that. It's fine. It's totally fine. Just bill me, right? Fire truck, you know it begins with F and ends with UCK. Fire truck. What else could start with that sound and end with UCK? Then fire truck. Alright. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is... I need to wrap up. Ooh, did I get my... I got a point. I think I've been using my points as I gain levels to up the high value cargo thing. There we go. We're gonna do that. And we're gonna call it a night in terms of game. Well, usually what I do at the point where I stop playing the game, I do hang out for a few minutes. Usually it's like 5 to 10 minutes. Unless something crazy happens. But I'm tired, so this is not gonna, like, occasionally during these times it's turned into karaoke streams, but that's not happening tonight. I'm gonna be leaving relatively soon, but I'm not going to raid immediately. Because I do like to hang out a little bit, because when I play, I'm terrible at keeping up with chat. So at the very least, I like to look over chat just for a few minutes and make sure that I've paid everyone a satisfactory amount of attention. So first things first, let me get my not welcome, it's the thank you screen. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody. Wait, hold on. I'll blow my... I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody for joining me once again for another session of Lawyer Plays Live, American Truck Simulator, with my logistics company, Lawhawk Logistics. Lawhawk Logistics. When you need to get shit from one place to another, Lawhawk Logistics has over 21 hours of experience moving shit in big ass trucks from one city to another, whatever. We get it there. We get it there in a satisfactory manner. Officially, we have proof. I've got video evidence of getting stuff there in a satisfactory manner. It doesn't matter that we went off the road. Oh wait, I have my PR advisor is telling me that I shouldn't be discussing my off-road adventures. Let's just suffice to say Lawhawk Logistics will get your shit where it needs to go. Alright. You've been delaying sleep for an hour now just to see the ending. Night, everyone. You enjoyed this game. I'm surprised. This game has consistently been getting a high turnout when I play it. When I first played it last Monday, when I picked it up, I did it almost as a joke. I didn't... And a few people came in, they're like, oh, Lawyer, you're so funny playing a truck game. How ridiculous. But people love this game, it seems like. Hello, Blakeo. He is not done. I'm almost done, but I'm not done. I'm getting there. Moving in. Karaoke streams. That sounds fun. Yeah, I've got a whole playlist of different times that karaoke's happened. I've sort of stopped doing it because I've had trouble syncing the sound, and it ends up being like, I don't sing great, but I can at least keep time with music. And if I sound like I'm a half second off, then it sounds like to the point where it's not just cringy, it's just super cringy. I don't know, crosses some kind of line. There was enough product left to break even. There was still, hey, I came out $20,000 ahead on that job, which means even though $5,000 or so worth of their product didn't make it, I could cover the expenses, no problem. Game and Lawyer, look up Zachary Stiltner to raid. Alright, take a look at that in a minute, man. Old Geezy Gamer, it gets there, the number of pieces it arrives in is the question. I don't even know what was in. It was a trailer, right? Or it was a tractor, in this case. It looked like it was in one piece to me. Thoughtbit TV at Pipecock ended it. Okay. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Oh! What? Jazz! Oh, I forgot I turned all my stuff down from when I was doing Skyrim. That's usually a lot louder than that. But Jazz, with the 200 units of a foreign currency, I think Jazz that was my big spender. The Homer Simpson? That's what happens when you put down the big money. Were you looking for some pipecock? Where's the after stream party at? Well, we can't have an after stream party because Jared Shelton has a raid target for me. Otherwise, I would totally stay. I would stay for hours and hours and hours. Hashtag Jazz. Thank you for the donation. Oh yeah, I do have new people in here too. I'm gonna show you the, Now, usually, the Homer Simpson only goes off if you donate $25 or more. But because Jazz has donated in a currency that in 200 units, he got the big spender thing. He gave me something like that before. It's like a couple bucks, right? It's not a ton of money. But let me see. Yeah, just for you newcomers, I want to know what my regular donation notifier looks like. If you have children in the room, you might want to ask them to leave now. And I have to give credit that I got this Mike EL the Gamer was the first person who came up with this idea. And I made a variation of this. Let me hold on, I gotta make sure it's plenty noisy for you. There we go. That's how we like it. Alright, $2 to $25 is this. I present Pipecock, edited to the tune Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome. Oh no, gold chat. Well, I'm not even prepped for that. Whoa, gold chat. Jazz knows how to work the system. Thank you for the 1,000 units of a foreign currency whose value I am uncertain of, Jazz. You earned every moment of that gold chat. Hashtag Jazz. Or Joss. I've probably been saying your name wrong for the last year and a half. It just sticks. I learned to say people's names wrong and then I just stick with it. I do it forever. Pipecock. My eyes! No, wait, look, Princess Unicorn. It's gonna be okay. You can open your eyes. I promise you. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, that's Game and Lord. Okay. I'm sorry, I lied. It's moon currency. That made me think of that South Park where they convinced somebody that the killer whales are from the moon and they need to get back. It's like a joke, and the kids hire a rocket from Mexico to shoot the whales to the moon. They're like, I'm so sad because my family lives in a castle on the moon. All killer whales are from the moon originally. I love how you explain the reason you don't know the currency. I don't even remember what I said. Yen. You're saying it right. I have been saying it right, Jazz? Sadai? I've been saying it right all along. It's one of those things where I was in Nick has been streaming. Nick C has been streaming on Beam recently. And I was in his room and he mentioned your name. And he said it like differently than I did. And it suddenly occurred to me. I was like, oh shit. I might have been saying that name wrong for like a year and a half now. And knowing me, if I was saying it wrong, you probably corrected me 50 times that first like month, and then just were like, screw it, he won't, he's never gonna get it right, so why do I even bother? Too funny. I thought I gotta admit it. Yes, you can hashtag blame Mike for that. At least confirmed blame Mike for the notifier. I think there was some... we need to go back to the original stream where Pipecock made its introduction to my channel to see who, in fact, introduced me to Pipecock, because there have been varying accounts on that. But Mike was definitely the first person to inspire me to use it as a donation notifier. When are we gonna raid? Well, let's see. Yeah, Jared has been chomping at the bit for 2 nights now to have me raid his friend. And like I said, normally if someone came at me all aggressive like that about raiding, I'd tell them in very polite language they could go, jump off a horse or something, whatever. But Jared, I'm pretty sure in the past, has convinced other people to raid me. So I feel like I owe Jared a little favor. Wink. Mike is to blame. Hashtag blame Mike. Mike is proud. He's proud of it. You sent me the link to Pipecock. Let me guess. His friend streams Roblox. No, it looks like his friend is streaming Call of Duty, one of the Black Ops games. I actually have his friend up. Like I don't have the stream up, but I have the page up so I can at least see where the guy is. Zachary Stiltner. Oh, he's got like almost 900 subs. I thought it might be some guy that was just getting started that Jared wanted to help out. I mean, I got more people watching, so it'll be a raid that will please and delight him. Hopefully he's not, some kind of horrible person that does terrible things. Unlike me, I do great things, and I'm only nice, and I'm only pleasant, and I would never assault your eyeballs with pipecock. Oh, phew. Yes, the most dangerous task for an evildoer forced to do is jump off from a horse. You don't have to jump off from a horse, Jared. I was just saying you wouldn't have to jump from a horse. That I'm making exception for you. If you hadn't helped me out in the past and you hadn't been such a great enthusiast of my channel, Jared is always a great enthusiast for my channel. When I run into Jared and any other person's stream, he's always has something very nice to say about me. He always tries to point me out to the other people, say, G-Law is great, I love G-Law. And Jared's earned the right to make suggestions in ways that maybe other people haven't. Even if sometimes I talk too long and then I miss the raid. When are we gonna raid Roasted Goat? I thought he had to go to bed at like 9, man. I don't know if I'm ever gonna raid Roasted Goat. Alright, Blake goes out. Alright, man. You have a good night. Zeokim, who is Roasted Goat? Roasted Goat is the hottest new, what is the game he plays? About some sort of like chemistry experiment? I don't know. The Geometry War, Geometry Dash. That's what he is. He is the hottest new Geometry Dash, not streamer. He does Let's Plays. And I don't know, Mike, I think I heard about him from Mike. Yeah, oh, his son, right. All right, so you know what, we are gonna wind up here. You too, Maxie, and call G-Law later, bro. Have a good night. Have a good night, and we are going to work in a raid. Let me see. Before I commit to this raid, I do just very quickly want to see who else is on, because I like. Occasionally, there are people that I very rarely maybe have an opportunity to raid myself, such as hey Mike, guess who's on right now? Oh, hey Kink knows who I'm talking about. Kink's still here? I don't even know. You know who's on right now? All right, no, we're gonna raid Zachary. So I'm gonna get this raid ready. So last time, before I start the raid proceedings, a thank you to everybody for joining me once again in another stream, another random. Sometimes I don't even really understand why people are hanging out in my chat, because I'm terrible at following the chat and I'm not good at playing the game, so I'm not sure exactly why people stick around, but I'm glad that you do. You guys are my family and I love you. Alright, the chemistry experiment. No! Geometry Wars. Totally not even close. You tried to say it, Kink? Great Redhead? So, no, but tonight we are going to, this is going to be my one-time free pass. You still here? Where's he at? Jared? You still here? We're gonna raid your friend in a second here. I did my thank you. I'm gonna open up my, let me see. If Jared's still here, if Jared's not here, we're gonna skip it. Jared, you still here, buddy? He got an argument with the other people. If Jared left, I might do Redhead Redemption. But I'll only, well, let's see, maybe he's already in there. Jared's here, okay, good deal. I didn't think you'd leave, but you got quiet for a while, so I wasn't sure. For those who don't know, Redhead Redemption is a former porn actress that, for some reason, I find it amusing to Game Dojo raided her one night. That's how I discovered her, and I find it amusing to reference her and direct people to her stream. She doesn't need it. She's got like 25,000 subs, and she's always got more people watching than I do. So it's not like she's a small channel I'm trying to help out. It just amuses me that people end up in an ex-porn actress's stream, but she's actually kind of she's a character. She's kind of fun to watch. It's not, and she's not like totally. She's not like someone that's like, I'm gonna shake my teeth, give me 5. She's not like stupid like that or anything either. She's double streaming on Twitch. Wasn't paying attention to YouTube chat. You mean tonight or last night? She does have a. She sometimes doesn't quite notice the chat that well. But I don't know. She's also kind of new too, so she don't like it. She's painful to watch. I'm actually not into it. Well, we're not gonna raid her. We're going to. Let me get my. Oh, as long as this is happening here, we'll do this too. There we go. Close things out. That's where Lawhawks comes from. Real attorney.
Brian Wilson, Texas Lawhawk. Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk. Talons of justice. Due process. Do wheelies. It's hot out here. Brian Wilson. El Halcon de la Ley. Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk.
All right, that's enough of that. But for those, I know there's newcomers in here that have probably seen my Lawhawk notifier and Lawhawk sounds, and that commercial is what inspired that theme. And one of my Do Nothing streams, I showed that commercial, and it just became a thing. Lawhawks, I kept re-showing it, and it became part of my channel. And now it's like a total central theme. Lawhawks, caw, hunger for justice. Talons of justice. Okay. Let's get to this. We're gonna get into this guy's stream.
There for me.
See what's going on in there. He's got 8 people watching him right now. All right, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna do a little raid. Even if you don't have time to really hang out and do a raid, I would like everybody to represent. This is what I like to happen. I can't force you, but ideally this is what's gonna happen. Let me turn it down a sec. Everyone who's here is gonna go in there. We're gonna type hashtag LawHawkRaid. Mike does it fancy. Can you give me the thing with the scales? I always do it, then Mike does it better. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna shout hashtag LawHawkRaid.
Okay, we are back.
There it is. Beautiful, Mike. Thank you. And then you're gonna hit the like button automatically. I don't even know this guy from Jack, but part of this thing is we want to help. We want to show love. And Jared has sent us in this direction. And so even though I don't know the guy, because Jared has sent us in this direction, I want to immediately show this guy love. You go in there, shout LawHawkRaid, and hit the like button. And if you need to go after that, as soon as you hit that like button, you can split. And that's all that I ask. Or hang out if you want to. But the very minimum, everybody here, I'm going to paste the link to this guy. Everybody here, I want you to hit the link. I want you to copy and paste or otherwise chat, type LawHawkRaid into his chat, give him a like, and then your obligations are then complete. Your contractual obligations have been fulfilled. All right, here's the link I'm going to put in right now. And go get him, guys. And once again, thank you all so much for joining me. And thank you, Kink, for the raid. You have a great night, man. And everyone else, have a great night. Thank you for being here. I'm going to be paying attention here to what's going on in the raid a little bit before I shut the stream all the way off. Thank you, Mr. Maxi. Thank you, sir. Paul, hello and goodbye. Sorry, it's parting of such sweet sorrow. It cut me right at the end. Ozman is in.
Hashtag. Oh,
there. That is some good shit right there.
Yo,
we got Matt leading the charge. Ozman, Barry twice. I didn't even know he was in here. He must have been lurking. Kink.
We are actually getting ready, boys.
Jared Shelton. Jared Shelton's got a wrench in this room, so he's representing. Soul Hydra is in. Thank you guys so much. Zio Kim, good night. Thank you so much, Zio Kim.
Yes, boys, let's go.
There it is. All right. I'm going to come in myself at this point. Have a great night, guys. And I will see you soon. Thursday night's my regular night. Possible bonus streams if I have time. All right. Have a great weekend. See you soon.
There's no way.